And we're live. J Rock in the building. What up? DJ Kobe with the check in. Rev up with the resub. DJ High Note with the check in. Ange B143, good to see you again. Welcome back to the last stop. Thank you everyone for the early check-ins. You're here for the last stop of Strictly for the OGs, all hip-hop, all-day music festival. We're just hanging out here until Celebrity Drew pulls up with the squad. Oh, there he is. What up everybody? L Boogie Baby, I see you. Black Haley with the check-in. Aloha, it's Sekia. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Wet Noodle Gang. C Youngs with the check-in. Miss Liz, welcome to the last stop. Rada 84, I see you. Cindy Milo, what up? SC Rocker, welcome to the last stop. Bev Bells, thank you for the follow. MacDog05, thank you for the follow. PQ Marina, welcome to the last stop. Excellence B, her excellence. Welcome back to the last stop. MacDog, welcome to the last stop. DJ Kitron, thank you for the check-in. Kesh 1993, thank you for the check-in. It's Fab Forte. Wet Noodle Gang, bitches. Michelle Cakes, this is really nice. Thank you for the check-in. Bev Bells, welcome to the last stop. CRX Jim, what up? Thank you so much, everybody, for pulling up. I'm just going to give it another few seconds or so. If y'all got ads, we can get past the ads. If you could refresh to get out of raid mode and make your view count, please do so now. The link's in the chat. Just click on that link. Shout out to Celebrity Drew for pulling up with the squad. Taz Girl, welcome to the last stop. It's good to see you. Potato Gang in the house. How's everybody doing? Let us know where you're checking in from, what city you're repping, area code, state, country. Put it in the chat. And if you got Strictly for the OGs emote, flood that in the chat too. I know we got a lot of East Coasters, we got a lot of Canadians, Torontonians in the building. Germany in the building. The six rolling deep in the chat tonight. Miss Liz 416. C Youngs, I see y'all. Thank you everybody for joining us for the last stop once again of Strictly for the OGs. All hip hop all day. Amelie Vieira, welcome to the last stop. DJ Kobe in the house. We have very special guests today for you. Ghettos Da from all the way from Germany checked in. DJ Rev Up and DJ High Note from Southern California. We got DJ Kobe checking in from Pontiac, Michigan. And last but not least, our very special guest, Celebrity Drew from Toronto, or better known as Scarborough, Ontario. If you are not hosting yet, please host the stream. It takes you just a second and it's free, and it'll help me out and help all the DJs out that are on the show a lot. So make sure you host the stream. And if you have any questions at any point in time for myself or any of the guests that are on the show, feel free to type that in the chat. Just make sure you hashtag question, and so I don't miss it in the chat. What else? Discord. Stay in touch with everything Wet Noodle Gang in the Discord right there. I Rev Up already put that in the chat. And what is Strictly for the OGs? Strictly for the OGs is an all hip hop, all day music festival. And what's so very special about this hip hop music festival is that there's no commercial hip hop, no club bangers. So it's the type of hip hop that takes an OG back to the days where they're like, damn, I haven't heard this track in a long time. I used to bang this track all the time. Can I get the instrumental to be lower, please? And why is it a music festival and not a raid train? Well, you know, raid trains are usually kind of, okay, this DJ goes in this slot, that DJ goes in that slot, And some DJs might not be even following each other. They might have not met each other. They might not even know each other at all and be on the same raid train. And this music festival is more of a production where everybody gets to get together at the very end and get to know each other and create a new network if they don't already know each other. And hopefully, everybody's communities get to grow little by little with every week that we do this music festival. So, I am very, very excited for this week's show. Our very first guest that I will introduce to you is already on the screen with me, DJ Rev Up.
What up, everybody?
What up?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Please give a very warm welcome to DJ Rev Up by flooding the Strictly for the OGs emotes in the chat. If you've got the Rev Up emotes, flood that in the chat too. You got the Last Stop emote, flood that in the chat. Welcome, DJ Rev Up. How are you?
Doing good. Excited.
So I'm sure everybody who doesn't know you is really anxious to know who you are. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how long you've been a DJ for, and how you got into DJing.
So I'm DJ RevUp. I have been DJing since 2012, going on the 10-year mark. Wow, flew by. I started DJing because I would go to festivals. I would go to music festivals, and I would see the DJ and how he would rock the crowd, and I liked it. And as soon as I got on a little controller at my mom's house, her fiance had a little controller. I was able to just kind of mess around with it, nothing too crazy, but I fell in love with it. And I said to myself, yo, I gotta figure out how I can do this more. And after that, I searched for schools, started teaching myself little by little with YouTube. And then I got into a Scratch DJ Academy, and I got on a real vinyl with turntables and a regular mixer, and instantly just completely fell in love with it. And it's been this ever since.
Oh, so is this is it something that you'd like to continue on? Is this your forever? Would you say?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
True love?
Yeah.
And how long have you been on Twitch for, Rivo?
I started, I want to say last December, and I got a taste of it, and I didn't do it consistently until April of last year. And that's when I actually buckled down, and I was saying to myself, I got to get a schedule, I got to get a routine, I got to get all the particulars in order to set myself up to do this
particulars
on a regular basis. Yeah. So I really started doing it in about March, April.
And so how do you feel about Twitch and real life now? If you had the opportunity, would you be on Twitch only, or do you still like the real life gigs and you can't live without it?
You know what? That has actually I used to tell myself that I don't think I would ever get out of doing real life gigs. But now that I've been on Twitch for this long, I don't think I can get off Twitch. It's not the same. You don't get the same level of interaction in real life. At a club, which is what I used to do mainly, it's a lot of drunk people. It's a lot of, hey man, you got this song? I'll be back in 5 minutes to make sure you played it. And not make sure you actually played it yet or not. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of dealing with people you don't really want to deal with. And for someone like me who doesn't really like being around people within close proximity to me, it's being on Twitch is a lot easier. You get a lot more real interaction on Twitch than you would at a club.
I feel that a lot more personal, I would say.
A lot more personal, yeah.
A lot more personal. You get, I think we all get to know each and every person on Twitch that's a regular on our streams a lot more than we would ever interact with people in an event such as a club or a private event.
Yeah. Because at private events, you see people one time and then you probably never see them again. Or at a club, you might see the regulars that come in the club all the time, but it's That's about it.
I just want to take a second. Shout out to the chat. I just saw a bunch of people just joining us right now. DJ Touch, what up? Thank you for the check in. Lagadin TV, thank you for the check in. Welcome to the last stop. I'm here with DJ Rev Up. From Southern California, Nina G25, thank you so much for being here. Oh, shit. It's Relay. Thank you for the 5 gifted sub.
Damn.
It didn't even show up in my activity feed. That's so crazy. Psycho 606, Kid Wig, Tony 2K, Dubs 1, Tropical Diane. You just got hooked up by It's Relay. Thank you so much. If y'all in here, make sure you show some love. Damn. I completely missed that. Thank you so much. Dancing Queen 5424, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the last stop. I'm just catching up with the chat. SC Rocker 2, thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you. And thanks for the gifted subs, It's Relay. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce the next Wet Noodle gang, or better yet, Wet Noodle Germany. He calls himself Ghetto because we are all stars. I would say he is probably the epitome of the elements of hip hop because he tries to incorporate every element of hip hop in his stream every time he streams. If you know what I'm talking, if you know who I'm talking about, flood the chat with his emotes. If you're excited to know who I'm talking about, flood the Strictly for the OGs emotes if you got them. If you got the last stop emotes, flood that in the chat too. And give a warm welcome to Ghetto's Da.
Yeah. Yo. Yo, let's get up, Yo, I'm Ghetto from Germany.
What up,
Blue Gang
Ghetto?
represent. Yeah, K Lizzie, rev up, kiss your heart.
We
Kiss your heart,
also
Ghetto.
call Ghetto the man from the future because he's from Germany and he's 9 hours ahead. And right now, what time is that in Germany right now?
4:45 a.m. in the morning, Friday. It's almost weekend.
Yeah, so he's living in tomorrow already. So
Enjoy
shout out to
yourself.
you. Thank you so much for being on the music festival again this week. I'm sure the crowd would love to know who Ghetto's Da is, how long he's been a DJ for, and how he got into it.
Yeah, I'm DJ since I think 95. It started with friends. Everyone started with his talents. The one with emceeing, the other with DJing or graffiti or breakdance. The 4 elements of hip hop, like you say, Kay. And yeah, can we make the music?
Yeah, can we get the instrumental lower, please?
Sorry.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, we started in our youth when we was 18, 19 years old. Everyone had the chance to use his talents, and it was me with friends to start it with our turntables, records from our parents, and yeah, step by step, we make our hip hop jams, and always representing the 4 elements, preparing graffiti, canvases, and also breakdance crews, open microphone sessions, and that was also every time to be a part of these jams, not only to watch and enjoy, also to be a part of this, to say you have a talent, check it, just do it styles, and this is what I'm doing just now. It was frozen many years, and then the virus came and I started on Twitch because otherwise my vinyls won't will be dusted. Yeah, you see it. Okay, you know it. It's
Hey.
my studio.
So
Many vinyls.
if y'all missed Ghetto's Da set earlier today on Strictly for the OGs, that's his studio that he plays in and he streams out of every time he streams. So this is like OG shit right here. All vinyl, every stream, only vinyl. Like
Yeah,
he does not spin off a Serato whatsoever. So this is as classic as it gets.
yeah. Also now I'm making my collection bigger and bigger. It's a addiction, you know. It's my life. It's a voice of the streets. I say every time when I'm listening to the tracks. It's not only hip hop; it's also worldwide music. But in case it was turntablism and DJing with hip hop. It was in the mid '90s. I say plus minus. Yeah, 25, 26, 27 years almost now. Yeah, DJing.
It's relay says Ghetto's setup made a lot of other so-called hip hop DJs on here look like chumps. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
Yeah, it's a
He
long
ain't wrong.
story. It's a long journey. It's not bought yesterday. It's step by step and with memories. When I was in on my vacations, I was looking for record stores, not for the sightseeing tour. You know, that was my vacation always. Yeah, that's my life. And life is music. You know.
And so I'd like to take this opportunity to shout out to the chat. It's Relay. Thank you for the gifted sub to Big Buddy Knock. What up, Big Buddy Knock? Thank you for the check
Oh,
in. DJ LaDrew23, thank you for the check in. Kid Wick, I see you. Thank you for joining us for the last stop. Pee Weezy, I see you too. If you're just joining us on screen, you're seeing DJ Rev Up and Ghetto's Dot. Just only two of my guests on the last stop today. I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce the next guest who really, really knows his hip hop also. The last couple times he was on Strictly for the OGs, he did sets of sample flips. And today, in honor of Black History Month, he did a Native Tongues set. So if you know who I'm talking about, flood those emotes in the chat. If you're excited to find out who I'm talking about, flood those strictly for the emote, strictly for the emotes, strictly
Strictly
for
for the
the
emo.
OGs emotes in the chat. Rev up. Can I get some air horns, something, instrumental, something? Dang. And give a warm welcome to what up, Kobe? Kobe. Hey, Kobe.
Hear me?
yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Shout out to DJ Kobe. Can I get some air horns for DJ Kobe, please?
What's up,
DJ
guys?
DJ Kevin Toronto with the check-in. What up, Kevin Toronto? Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the last stop. I have DJ Kobe here. We want to know where you're from, how long you've been a DJ for, and how you got into DJing.
Um, I'm from Pontiac, Michigan. That's like a half hour north of Detroit. I've been DJing for 16 years now. Um, and it just happened. We needed somebody to play music at the party, so I was like, I'll do it. And here we are.
Oh shit.
That's
Is
how it
that
happened.
how it is for everybody else too, pretty much? Ghetto, some
What do you
friends,
mean?
just
What
play
do you
some
mean?
music for some friends and then you become a DJ eventually?
Um, yeah, it was only hip hop jams for a local places. It was not a club thing, you know, or what you mean. My English is not. I'm training my English with you. You know, I'm from Germany. Speak so many languages. Yeah, your question was
So, how many years did you say? 16 years?
Yeah,
no.
16.
Okay,
16 years. So, did you start out with records or did you
No.
start out? So, what was your
Um,
first DJ setup?
well, the first set, like the party that I DJ was with like CDs. It was just like a CD player, like a multi-disc changer. But then the actual first setup I like had was like a it was like a CD, like a CDJ type vibe, but it had like a jog wheel on it. You couldn't like scratch or do any of those things like that. It was like trash for real. But with that, I learned how to like beat match and like shit like that. I found out how to like work the knobs to do little cool things with it before I could actually get a controller or decks or anything.
So, how long have you been on this controller for?
This one, I got this one last March, so
So,
almost
what
a
were
year.
you on before that? Like, were you on a controller
Um,
also?
just before I was on this, I was just on my laptop. Before I was on that, I had a what is it called? Like a V7, some shit like that. It's like another spinning drive type vibe. And before that, I had a NS7.
Just want to take a second. Shout out to the chat. Black Haley, Ange B, 143, Fab Forte. It's Leo the Great. Thank you so much for being here. Dancing Queen 5424. Shout out to you. Tika 263. J Rock, Excellence B. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you a very special guest that is making his debut on Strictly for the OGs this week. He is also a very good friend of mine. And if you like all of the graphics that you've seen for Strictly for the OGs and the graphics for The Last Stop, well, he is the very responsible for the visual graphics that you see. Um, an OG himself. This debut has been long awaited for. He was supposed to be on the first one ever in life, and just things didn't work out, and life happened, and we all got really busy. But I am so very happy to introduce to you as he makes his debut. Please give a warm welcome if you got Strictly for the OGs emotes. Flood that in the chat. If you know who I'm talking about, flood his emotes in the chat as well. And give a very warm welcome to DJ High Note.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah. Welcome.
What's good? How you doing?
Yeah.
Pleasure, pleasure. Thank you for that
I
warm
know.
introduction. Damn.
Welcome,
DJ
man.
DJ High Note.
Talk about rolling the red carpet out. Damn.
I'm going to
What's up,
put you
everybody?
on the big screen. I am
I know.
actually so happy that you're here. It's been long awaited that you're here. So, for the chat, tell us a little bit about yourself, where
Okay.
you're from, how long you've been a DJ for, and how you got into DJing.
Okay. Well, first of all, shout out to everybody in the chat, all the fellow DJs. Thank you, Kay.
That shit is hella loud.
So
Holy shit,
live
Brother.
remixing, man.
River.
What's up? So
That was me.
I have grew up in Southern California, 30 minutes east of LA, city of Ontario, Inland Empire. Been a DJ for about 22 years. Started in 95. Um, let's see, it started off on two 1200s, realistic mixer, all that old school stuff. Still got some vinyl, but um, been playing in nightclubs, mixtapes, worked in record labels, this, that, but yeah, a little bit of everything over the last, what did I say, about over what, 22 years? So,
22 years.
yep.
Damn, so you were on vinyl when you first started.
Yep. Vinyl 95. So I did use some CD players too, but yeah, like Kobe said, man, that was kind of trash, But you know, um yeah, so back then, um what I say, realistic mixer, shoot, I used that one, and that had no cue, no nothing, and that was pretty challenging, but yeah. So, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
my first time here. Thank you. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
good.
welcome, welcome. Nice setup.
Yeah.
Nice tracklist, man.
So happy
Um
that you're here.
started on Serato, what, about 2005, and still kept the vinyl, but so so yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Shout out to Taz Girl that's in here, checked in with us.
That's
K
great. Yep.
Leezy, Mizo Cute, thank you so much for being here. Michelle Cakes, Tony 2K, what up? Dano Destructo,
This is
what
up.
up,
Welcome.
girl? Nina
Welcome, Sid.
G25, it's Relay J Rock,
So
Dancing Queen 5424. If I'm repeating names, it's because um, I can't talk and concentrate and type and do. I can't do two things at once. So
Really?
you're the mad
I don't
mod.
know.
You do
Really?
everything, man. What's up?
That's see, she's a mad one. I have a question for DJ High Note.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, are you ready to play vinyl set also today?
Yeah, I actually have a lot of soul records right here, and a
Mhm.
lot of my boom bap stuff and all that. It's another location, but yeah,
And
I was
another
all
question.
Serato today.
Yeah, another question is the performance. Are you missing some performance on a real turntable?
Actually, I'm using the Rain turntables right now, and I love them. I feel there's a little bit of a difference, but after you use them for so long, it's you get used to them. Now it's not like using a controller. The decks are a little smaller, but I love them. So,
Performance getting better on this devices, huh?
oh yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Okay.
I can't
Yeah.
hate on them. Kind of
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
Convenient. I like them
Yeah,
better than the
sure.
Phase. Yeah, Phase is kind of like buggy with me. I don't know DJs out there using them, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
would it be a challenge for you to make a vinyl set one time maybe?
no, no, no. Well, that's how I came up. I did
Okay.
that for
So we
years.
have a deal maybe
Oh,
one
oh, oh,
day.
you want to strike a deal right now? Okay.
Yeah, strictly for the oldies only
He's ready.
vinyl
He's
set
ready.
we
He's like,
had.
let's
I
go, big dog.
remember, we remember a set strictly
I'm
for the
down. I'm
oldies
down.
that was only vinyl.
Oh yeah.
Why not every few months or not, Lizzy?
Yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, quarterly. So there's going to be an all vinyl set coming up in March.
Okay,
Nice.
In March.
okay.
So we might actually take you up on that challenge.
Oh,
High
shit, look at
noter.
him, man. He's calling out
Yeah, that,
names.
that, that's
Look at him.
it's
He's ready.
interesting. This is
Shout
our
out to West
second
Coast
song.
Avengers. Thank you for the check in. If you're just joining us, this is the
Yo,
last
chat.
stop of Strictly for the OGs, All Hip Hop All Day Music Festival. I want to take this opportunity to shout out everybody that's checked in with us right now. And this next guest that I'm about to introduce is a very special one to me. A little bit about myself. I used to live in Toronto for a big chunk of my life. And that was when I met this very special character, I guess I should call him, performer character.
Icon.
So we've known each other for a while, and it's a very special strictly for the OGs, a very special last stop because I haven't been back to Toronto for quite some time since the pandemic didn't allow that. So I haven't been back. I've missed everybody and everything about it. And so this is the very first show where my two worlds are kind of colliding a little bit. So I'm saying this and I'm kind of really
Really?
emotional about it. So without further ado, because I don't want any tears on the show,
No, we are
I
not allowed.
want to
Maybe a wet noodle?
introduce to you. Yeah, I don't want to be a wet noodle right now. I want to
Hey,
introduce to you a very, very good friend of mine, Celebrity Drew.
I'm excited to be here. Big up everybody in here, man.
yeah,
Incredible, incredible.
What's good?
Shout out to all the DJs in here, man. Incredible work today. It was great.
Appreciate you.
Big up Kay
Please flood
Leezy.
the chat with Celebrity Drew emotes. Please
Shout out to
flood
everybody
the
in here.
chat with strictly for the OGs emotes and give a warm welcome to Celebrity Drew.
Big up everybody in there, man. Incredible work today. Shout out to Kay Leezy, the whole West Coast family. Like she said, it's kind of like two worlds coming together. So was dope for the East Coast because I know it's like 11 o'clock where we are. So that's a cool thing about Twitch. It's being able to cross a lot of worlds and make a lot of things happen. So it's dope. I'm glad to be able to be part. And it's kind of long overdue. I think I should have
It
been here
is
a little
long
bit.
overdue.
So yeah, we made it happen. But I'm glad to be here, and
But
it was fun, man.
we're busy. We're busy, and I'm happy that it's long overdue than never.
Well, that's it.
Um,
That's it too. I mean, we all trying to make things happen, and timing is everything. So it's incredible to work with these guys here today. They were all great, and yeah, it was just dope to be involved.
so, for those in the chat that do not know, which is so silly because everybody should know who Celebrity Drew is by now, but
Definitely.
just in case, let us know uh, where you're from, how long you've been a DJ for, and how you got into that.
I'm from Toronto, Canada. I've been a DJ forever. I think that's the
Shout
best way
out
to
the
answer. I
six,
think
by the
I
way.
think all these guys up here can answer the same way, right? I think forever is the right answer. I think
Yeah,
That was
that's
the better
um
answer. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
right. And for me, I don't just do Twitch. I do all the other things. I'm in the club. I play on the radio. You know what I mean? And I'm constantly still doing those things because I treat them as different entities. And I was listening to Rev Up earlier, and I was hearing him, and for a lot of DJs that have been and worked in the industry before, they know there's a lot of politics in the club and things you have to deal with, even in a wedding or in any scenario. You know what I'm saying? So, um, shout out to my boy Silver Knight. Silver Knight, he was able to. He told me he ain't going back to the club. He's just brought all his success and his stuff here, and he continues to put his work in on this platform. And I just think, some people look at it a certain way, but I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that if you can still do what you want to do and be able to do it the way you want to, and this platform allows it, it's been amazing for all DJs. So salute to all the DJs. And for me, it's just another aspect of DJing, like, whether it be the club or a wedding or a mixtape, it's just something different to do to me. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, and how long have you been on Twitch for,
I
Celebrity
think
Drew?
officially it's been like 20 months or whatever, but I think basically like about a year is when I really took it seriously. About a year from Monday is actually the first day that I did the remix challenge, which is a show that I created with 16 DJs on. They all come on my page, and it's a battle. It's basically a competition where 16 DJs battle it out, and there's always one standing. We were able to do it 6 times last year, but I actually started it in February. Rev Up was actually in one of the seasons. Shout out to Rev Up. He
Yes.
did an incredible
Wet
job,
noodle.
and yeah, man, Wet Gangs were
And this
all
is where
represented.
most of everybody in the chat is very familiar with you because Revote was a part of the remix
Oh,
challenge.
okay. So yeah, yeah. I knew the Wet Noodle Gang was heavy in all
Yeah,
of
we
those
were heavy,
seasons.
heavy in
So
the chat.
so
You
it was
already
dope though,
know.
but it was dope. It was another way to show love and how things are kind of working. Like I remember one time in one of the seasons we had somebody that was in England, and obviously the England times, they're obviously ahead of time, and he was facing a guy that was in Hawaii. So, and we were on at 7 o'clock. So one guy's time was 1 o'clock p.m. Our time was 7 o'clock p.m. And the other guy was midnight. So, and we were all on the show at the same time. So Twitch has been able to allow us to change, some things that wouldn't have been possible, I guess, before. So it's been pretty dope like that,
Yeah, man. Yeah, 9
you
hours.
know?
We are from Germany.
Right.
Greetings to the States, to the Canadas.
Right, right. Like even you just look at the screen right now, like these time zones don't really cross, but we're able to
Yeah,
do
man.
something and put it together
It's
and have an incredible product at the end. So
it's
shout
Yeah,
out to
not the
Twitch
these
don't
guys.
US
sleep.
net, it's the internet. That's it.
Right,
Twitch
right.
don't
But
sleep.
but the platform too, right? I mean, we've always had the
For
internet
sure.
and there's Instagram and we all tried that and you know what I mean, they flagged us, but this platform has really given us all an opportunity to do things that are landmark, and I think that's why it's still here. I think when
Otherwise,
they would be
otherwise,
gone.
we never be together like this, I think, huh?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely,
man.
yeah, absolutely.
Big platform. Thanks, Twitch, on this side.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
Twitch never
absolutely.
sleeps. We
No,
got
Yeah,
Germany.
man.
We got Germany in the building. We
Yeah.
got Toronto, SoCal, Pontiac, Michigan. Who's in the chat right now with the check-in? Let us know where you're checking in from, your state, your city, area code. Shout out to Funky Bottoms for following. Welcome to the Wet Noodle Gang. Um,
Funky Bottoms, what's up?
it's Relay with a gifted sub to Funky Bottoms. What's up? He had a question real quick, actually. He wants to know, was wondering what you think of a 54-year-old guy still spinning. And yes, it's me.
I think that's lit. I think you
Yeah,
should
That's
spin
dope.
as long as your
Respect.
hands and your legs work. I think you should keep spinning.
Yeah, he has experience, you know. That's the positive thing.
Y'all still see yourselves DJing at 54?
I just
Me?
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
I just want to say some of the greatest DJs in the world are 54 and up, and you know what I mean. So, luckily, I think something about our industry is kind of different than historically, and all these guys might want to agree with me here, but I think before. With the record era and the culture, you know, we had to get up and go and get those records and be there early, right? And have those exclusives. If we didn't have them, you couldn't play them at the parties, and that's just kind of the way it worked. And after Serato was invented, a veteran DJ who probably has different things in life to do than go line up at the record store, right? Is still able to get those records and still be able to do his job and be able to perform. So it's extended the life of a DJ. So the fact that we're able to kind of be almost immortal now, I think, is the reason why you should never stop. And the fact that there's now a platform that you could
Yeah.
perform on from like the your home or a studio or whatnot. I think
Yeah, I have a
now more than
question for
ever.
Drew. I have a
Yeah,
question for Celebratory. Yeah, I have a lot of records
yeah,
collecting my whole life. I won't show you two one time.
yeah.
This is my studio. I have one question to you. If you
Mm.
play your MP3s, do you have vinyls also? I think too, huh?
Oh no, well, for me, like I was born in between. My where I came in was in between eras, so I did collect records. But for me, I kind of moved with the eras. And in Toronto, you have to be able to play in front of whatever you have. Like it's great to have any kind of
Okay, my
setup.
question is why? Because is there's many memories
Right,
for my records,
of course.
This is a difference. And when you play your tracks, it's for clubs, you say.
Right,
It's a job. It's a job. But you live
absolutely.
it. It's your life too.
Right.
It's okay, I respect it, but I
No, no,
miss the
no.
memories, no? But I have big respect also because you're a real entertainer. I met you with this remix challenge with
Okay.
Rev Up, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Big
No,
respect
see,
to be with you.
for me too. I see what you're saying. I know what you mean. Like when you get those records, there's stories behind it. Going to line up and get them, and your
You
cue
live
points.
them. You live
Yes,
them. I
of
saw them
course,
this now in
absolutely.
this event, no? But it's another thing when you have it in the hand and you say I was with my friends.
Right,
We was after that at a Burger King or whatever. It's a long
absolutely,
story. And
absolutely.
hey, yeah, you
Right.
laugh, wrap up. It's a story
No,
when
but
you
it's
have a
Yeah,
true.
I
record.
Yeah.
It's
don't.
true. I know what he's
Yeah,
saying.
it's
So what I will say to that is this. So for me, for example, for like the remix challenge, right?
you
So
missed
for
that. That's what my
so
question.
remaking remixes, right, is that feeling now. So
Yeah,
I get
okay.
exactly what you're saying, right? Because we all have the same music, all of us on the screen. We can all go download the same 8 bar, the 8 bar clean, and this and that. For me, I sit there and I'm like, what can I do to stand out
Make
now? Exactly what you're
the
saying, exactly. But
next
just
level shit.
in this life, right? It's 2022. So for me, I think the way to stand out and have that same feeling, exactly what you're talking about, being proud
Yeah,
of going and getting the work, is for me is the remix. For everybody else, it's different, right? But
yeah,
for
man.
me, that
Respect.
I know what you're saying. I
Right.
because that question has been asked many times. But for me, just working in Toronto, you have to be able to go. Like if you walk in a place and it's not turntables and you still got to do your job. Like that, you still got paid to
I
be there,
love the
right?
difference. I love the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
nice, man. Yeah, maximum
Yeah.
respect, man. From Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to you.
Yeah,
What
man.
time is it in Germany right now?
It's a quarter past 5 a.m. Friday.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had a
Ghetto's
little
been
nap.
riding with us through this
Yeah, man.
whole festival. So
Nah,
as
I had
soon
a
as
nap.
this is done, it's Betty Bye for Ghetto.
I will sleep a while. Wow. Nah,
Shout out
I'm
to
living it,
everybody that's in the chat right
Yeah, man.
now.
Chat. Hey, chat.
It's Fab Forte. It's
Yeah.
Relay. It's everybody right now. It's Kay Leezy right up in here. Being so cute. Thank you so much for being here, Funky Bottoms. Who else is up in here? Art Girl
Shout out to Art
77
Girl. Yep.
with the check-in from LA. Shout out to you. Nina G25 from San Fernando Valley. Black Haley, I see you. Everybody else who's listening and lurking, thank you so much for being here on the last stop of Strictly for the OGs Hip Hop Music Festival. You're here with Celebrity Drew from Toronto, Canada, DJ Kobe from Pontiac, Michigan, DJ High Note from Ontario, Southern California, Rev Up from Ontario, Southern California, and last but not least, Ghetto's Da all the way from Germany. What up, Ghetto?
Yo.
And who you see here in front of you are all outstanding hip hop DJs. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here. So if you see an unfamiliar face, it means that you're not following them yet. So please, everybody, give them a follow. Celebrity Drew, if you can like type in the chat so your name gets registered in the chat
Sure.
somehow, so
Sure.
everybody follows you. If they aren't already, I'm sure most of everybody here are already following.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's up?
Yeah, also for me,
Thank
a
you.
big honor with all your DJs, Kobe, Rev High Note, first time on an event, Celebrity Drew, big honor, Canada, USA, and Europe, Germany. Big event, K Lizzie. Maximum respect
So
to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
everyone who comes on to Strictly for the OGs always says that, hey, you know, when I'm on a raid train, I never really know what I'm going to play. I don't really prepare for my set. I just kind of have an idea and then hit live and then I go. But the majority of the DJs that have gone on Strictly for the OGs, they all say they kind of prepare a crate, a specific crate or a special crate for Strictly for the OGs because of the criterias. High Note, I want to know, did you prepare a crate by any chance? Or did you just hit live and just go?
No, I actually started preparing when we confirmed. So that was about what, a week ago, and I was really excited for the opportunity, especially and I respect your work ethic. I mean, you're well prepared, and just to see the time you put into it, I had to respect that. I mean, we talk on the side, but I mean, um, seeing this, what, how long has it been? What, 19 weeks, 18 weeks? How long has Strictly for the Oldies been going on?
Strictly for the OGs premiered on September 23rd. So I, as you know, cannot math. So however long that's
Yeah.
been, I remember the first day till now. We did take a few weeks break off, so but collectively we've started since September 23rd. Yeah.
It's just been consistent, and I have mad respect for all the DJs and everybody that's been holding it down for all these weeks. So I knew I kind of had to come with it. I couldn't just show up, and be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna wing it right here," "Oh, we'll see what's up," So yeah. So we took some time, I mean, everybody killed it, man. Like, shoot, Drew, man, he just lit it up right now. Like, man, I've seen Drew's streams, and I was like, whoa, that's a that's something. So
My
all the
the
talent right
Drew,
here, I
colors
knew
was
how to come with
nice,
it.
man. It was
Kobe,
Drew,
reckless.
Rev
Drew,
Up,
Drew takes a different
you know.
perspective in his stream. I feel like I think Drew's personality and presence sells his stream. Not to say that you play bad music, Drew, but I think you just overtake everything else on your stream and you're the one that stands out and you're the one that everybody follows and wants to watch. How do you prepare to go into that personality, or as soon as you hit live, Drew, that's just the on Drew, because you're on like every single minute that you're on your stream? There's no down moments, there's no low moments. How do you
I,
prep for your stream?
I mean, I think it's just being consistent. I think the most easy thing to do. I was telling somebody this the other day. It was like I was on a raid train, and the DJ that was on before me was incredible. And when I say incredible, I mean like it was probably like we've all been watching Twitch for 2 years, and I can say this, it was probably the best set I've ever seen. Like it was like that. and I'm coming on after,
Damn.
and I'm sitting here, and 2 minutes. It's like 2 minutes before I'm about to go on. Everything's, we all the DJs know, we've got all our stuff ready, and I'm sitting there, and I kind of had a plan of what I was gonna do, and I changed my mind, and I was just like, I'm gonna do what I do, and just be me myself, and
Yeah,
um
man.
while that may come across as whatever, to be honest with you, it's not really planned. Like in terms of music and stuff like that, I think like for this set specifically, I had a plan in terms of kind of the direction I would go, but I wouldn't say I had a plan in the sense of I knew what I was gonna play. I kind of just go with where my vibe is and where we're gonna go. But in terms of like myself and the energy, I just try to be consistent, and I think the most important thing is to just be yourself, because if you're yourself,
Yeah,
then
man.
there's no work that goes into
It's
being
not a
like that.
challenge. It's not a challenge. You have a vibe, feel your vibe.
Right.
It's not a
Absolutely.
challenge here.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
party's
I think
going on. You can't make it better. You make it your style.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's also about like just displaying a record the way you best can. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Kay, I mean,
But
not
it's hard when you
right,
say you had
not
a dope
yeah,
set
not
before.
absolutely, right? Like, like
I
you just
see.
kind of give it that just if you're going to play it,
Yeah,
you
man.
know what I mean? Like that's just kind of the way I do it. And I think everybody's different. And I think that's the beautiful thing about DJs is that everyone can do that in a different way, whether it's on a microphone, whether it's not with a microphone, whether it's with cuts, whether it's with remixing, but like we all have the ability to make those that impact, right? Like whether
Yeah,
mine
man.
stands out or someone else stands out, I think it's all in your own creativity, and I think you got hours of that today from all these DJs in here.
Yeah,
So
I feel like if I were to give everybody a very specific playlist, like I would say, hey, this is tracks 1 to 150, play all the tracks, all the same tracks. I don't think I would get any set that would be any two sets that would be alike, even if y'all were playing the same tracks, right? Because it's not even about the tracks, it's all in how you play it and how you present it.
Yeah, man. Yes.
absolutely,
Yeah.
think that
Shout out.
like I think that like once you start trying to out DJ the DJ that went before you, like you automatically lost already. You just
absolutely.
you just got to get on and play your set. It shouldn't be like a competition. Like, oh, the DJ before me went crazy. I got to do something better than that. Like, let me. It shouldn't be like that. It should just be like you get on and you play your set, your vibe. Well, like whatever your vibe is, that's how your show should be.
But
It
so
shouldn't
many
be.
styles on DJs, or so many
Yeah,
styles.
exactly. It's 100 styles of DJ, so it shouldn't be like, oh my God, Drew went crazy. What am I gonna do? It should be
Well,
like, okay,
absolutely.
well,
Yeah.
I got a set too. It
You
should be
know,
like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I think the difference is, I think because we come from a culture that we're all been like in the club, right? Like when I work in the club and I'm on a bill that has like 8 or 9 DJs or even just 3 DJs and we're rotating, when they come in and smash that set, absolutely. And I'm not next. I'm like, yo, in my mind, I'm like, yo, I need to go to the next level. Not even about them, just in the sense
yeah,
that we're in the same kind of realm, right? So, but on Twitch, you don't have to be like that. On Twitch, it's literally like TV. You're watching different channels. So, what
yeah,
you display has to be genuine, and once it's genuine, I think that comes across more than any theatrics, or you know what I'm saying. Like when
right,
you're genuine, that stands out. People appreciate that. I think more than
Yeah.
anything. So
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
for
I
the
really.
think
question of K, you can prepare your track list, but
Mhm.
you live the style at the moment. That's another thing.
yeah,
You can prepare
Yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah.
No, that is another thing. This
Oh,
absolutely.
well, I'm not a DJ, so in producing strictly for the OGs, I discovered a lot of things that I'm asking that are like almost impossible for DJs. I remember the first strictly for the OGs ever. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna pick a track, and you're gonna play this track, and as your intro and your outro. And Robbie Tolan, I don't know if you're in here still, but Robbie Tolan comes back to me and he goes, "Hey, Kay, I don't kick me off the festival already before it starts, but I don't know how I'm gonna play this track, this very specific track, and then how am I gonna plan the rest of my tracks, and then how am I gonna bring this track back to at the end of my set?" And I'm like, Well, like, don't
DJ
you
Quetzal.
have like playlists when you go do weddings and stuff? Like, aren't you required to play certain tracks? Like, I said it very ignorantly back to him, and he's just like, okay, but I don't want to be a nag or anything, but it's just I'm not really quite sure how that might work.
Yeah,
And then, um, I'm gonna have to give credit to High Note. High Note was like, well, why don't you just use an instrumental, okay?
yeah,
Make it
And I'm
easy.
just like, oh my God, Eureka. Why not
yeah.
just an instrumental?
Putting it at the
So,
end, putting it at the end is harder than at the beginning.
Absolutely. I forgot to do it
Yeah.
yeah.
at the end. My bad. But yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Because putting
I
it at
think
the
that
beginning is just like an intro, and then okay, I'm gonna start my show now. But at the end,
Right.
it's like,
at
I
first I
can't
was
lie. I can't lie. When I was lining up, I just got in my acapella bag and I just started dropping different things on it. And I was like, okay, this Biggie sounds wicked on it. So I was like, yo, I'm running this on it. So that's
yeah,
kind
Okay,
of,
so
you know what I
Drew,
mean?
that was a usual set like what I saw at you. I was prepared with my records, and
Right,
I was really finally after 90 minutes on my last track. It was not mathematics. I was not counting the minutes, but I
right,
was really finished, and I was prepared with this instrumental with the
yeah,
transition. It was really for me a wow
right,
because it was really 90 minutes of records that I prepared. That is also
right.
for me a nice thing. I must say, wow.
No, that's dope.
play some dope cuts, play some
That's
good
dope,
No,
stuff.
man.
man. No, man.
Yeah,
Shout
you
out to
guys.
everybody in the chat right now. If you're just joining us, this is the last stop of Strictly for the OGs, all hip hop, all day music festival. You are here with DJs Celebrity Drew, DJ Kobe, DJ Hino, Rev Up, and Ghettos Da. Muffinsaurus Rex, thank you for the check in. J Rock, thank you so much for still hanging out with us. M Swift LA, thank you so much for the resub of 3 months in a row. Funky Bottoms, thanks so much for still being here.
Hey,
It's
Rock.
Relay, I see you. Big Buddy Knock, thank you so much for being here. Me So Cute. Art Girl 77, Emily Vieira, thank you so much for being here. Tika 263. And we are here talking about how to be consistent on your stream and what you think that viewers gravitate towards most about you as a streamer. I want to take this opportunity and ask High Note, what do you feel that you do on your stream that attracts viewers from continuously coming back to your stream?
I think it's the engagement in the chat, and having a nice balance. I use a lot of scenes, transitions, and every so often, whether it's my intro, take the time, use segments. I like to use a lot of talking points. Whether I'm going about my day, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'll write that down. Be like, hey, I'll talk about that later in the chat. I'll put it to the side. Um, and just keep it fresh. Don't forget. My I like to call them usual suspects that come through. Shout out to Five Guys crew. That's my crew. And we just have a good time. And I think that engagement, once in a while doing the games, doing the variety, I think that offers some form of interest. And the music as well,
You
good
got
selection.
a few segments on your stream. You got one that stands out in particular called the Spicy Talk.
Yeah, we get wild on that one. We ask some spicy questions, get those spicy answers, sometimes it gets
Yo,
a little too wild.
he asked some questions that I'm here sitting here on my desk by myself and I'm like,
Hey,
ooh, I'm blushing a little bit. I don't
you're
know.
like, I don't
I'm
know
not
how
sure
I
if I
know.
want to know the answers to these
I
questions.
remember the last stream of High Notes. I was like, oh yeah, I can't answer that in the chat. Yeah, it's a little too spicy.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
like, where was your first time you had sex in? Did you have sex at a park? Craziest? What was the most ratchet thing you did in the club? Just simple questions, but we get crazy answers. So I don't know. They keep asking for that. I have to like slow it down. You know what I mean? Because like, shoot, they're like, when's spicy time? I'm like, man, so hold up. Shoot, it's like having requests. Hey, who wants to hear a song? Boom, oh man,
It's Relay wants to know if he can be a guest on Cochino Night.
there you go, Chino night. Oh, no, but it's fun. Those segments. I love those segments. Sometimes I do a countdown segment. Sometimes, guessing game, whatever. But it's the engagement. I would say, that's what. Because if I'm going on a channel, like if I go on Rev Up's channel or Kobe's, Ghetto's, Drew's, it's nice. It's nice to have that engagement, and Twitch gives us that freedom to just do whatever we want, be creative, and as we all know, it's like I played in clubs for a long time, did radio too, and I mean, yeah, you're engaging with an audience, but I mean, it's just different. Um, yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, would you guys think that is there anything that you'd add to that? Would engagement be the most important thing for everybody else too, or rev up?
Uh, yeah, I think engagement is probably the most important thing because it's what builds your relationship with these people that are constantly coming back. And if you don't have that interaction with them to keep them engaged and to genuinely be interested in what they have going on in their lives, there's no way to get that reciprocated. You
Yeah.
know, it's a two-way street. And if you're the only one going down it, then you're gonna get kind of left behind. You're not gonna get that engagement back. You're not gonna get those returning people. You're gonna get those unusual suspects, and that's all. That's all you're
Yep.
gonna get.
Well, I want to know from Drew specifically because um, Drew has made partner. So he's done everything correctly to be where he is right now. So I'd like to know, Drew, what is the one thing that you would say for everybody else, new streamers, sort of new streamers, experienced streamers, streamers who are trying on their path to partner? What is the one thing that you would have that you would give advice to
Be
them?
consistent. I think that's more than anything. Just be consistent. Decide what you're gonna put in. Like decide what is a lot of work. It's not just plug in and go. It's a lot of work. So you have to decide how much time you have. Like everybody's different, right? We're all different. What someone else has, no one someone else doesn't have. So it doesn't mean that you're handcuffed to that. There's obviously what requirements to get to partner, right? Certain amount of hours and whatnot. But aside from going for partner, just you can be successful on Twitch and not be partner. I was
Right.
doing a lot of things for a long time before I got to partner. It just eventually became that. And I think the most important thing is to like be consistent. Like consistency is the most important thing. If you ask anybody on this panel what time their favorite TV show is, they know what time it is. They know the channel and they know what to expect, right? That comes from consistency. And we have to provide the same thing to these people that are supporting us and coming to our pages and subscribing, like we have to be consistent. And sometimes that takes sacrifice. It does. Like I won't lie, I've sacrificed a lot, but you'll see the end results when you invest in it. It's just like anything we've done before. But the thing is this is a landmark, like a landmark thing, like Heino said, like we've done radio, you've done the clubs, and this is a different level of interaction. So
Right.
yes, interacting is very key, but consistency is more is it just on this platform has proven that like it's just being more consistent will help you. Even if it's one stream a week, right? Like even if we all know we all watch like people watch football on Sunday, they know it's on Sunday. So just things like that. Like even if it's down to one day, it's just being consistent and developing a product and also growth. When people are on like Rev Up said, people on this journey with you, they want to see you grow. They
Yeah.
want to see you, your camera be better or your lights be better or your backgrounds get better or the music that you're playing is better. They want to see that because they feel like they're part of that and they are. And I think as you build your community, because community is probably the biggest and key word on Twitch,
Right.
that's really where the identity comes from.
Yeah.
It's not just you anymore. It's not. Trust me when I like it's not. It's people a lot of people you've never even met before. So that's really the key, right? Like, you
And
it just
those are your biggest supporters, the ones that you've
absolutely,
never met
Mm.
before, and they're
absolutely,
rocking with you every stream,
absolutely,
every stream, more
and
so
it's
than your
just
family and your own friends, right?
well, it's that, but it's also like, you have to reward them for that.
Yeah,
Like we're on a platform where there's so many of us that like they can choose anyone. So it's being consistent and just giving them that same respect that I'm gonna give
When you earn
what I
your
think you deserve.
first support, you want to give something back. That's it.
Absolutely,
right.
absolutely,
That's what
absolutely.
I felt first time with my supports.
Right.
Yeah, you
Even
want
all
to
of us,
give back.
if you ask us, even all of us, when we do a live gig, or we play a mixtape, or even we do a radio set, at the end, no matter what, we're all getting paid. We're all looking for someone to say, hey, I like that, that was dope, I enjoyed that, because that's our reward, really and truly.
Right.
And we all
Right.
know that,
Yep.
right? Like, and
Yep.
that's really where it comes from. So I think we have to kind of put some emphasis in the fact that there are people out here supporting us, and we need to continue to deliver consistency for them. And consistency is really my answer for that.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
true.
Funky Bottoms wants to know, when streaming, should you cater to the crowd or stream, or do you cater to yourself and your music feeling?
Good question.
I'll let Kobe take this one.
Well, I mean, the audience is always what matters, but I think you got to find it's a balance of that. You got to figure out how what your vibe is translates to what the people want to hear. Because if you just playing music that you want to hear and nobody else want to hear it, you go see people start to leave.
Right.
So I think you got to find a little balance. But when I get on, I play the music that I like, and then if I notice people not liking it, I make the adjustment. But yeah, you got to make sure that the crowd is satisfied, because these are people that's gonna subscribe to your page, or even if they just helping your numbers stay, like these are people that's coming. So you
But
got to
one
make sure
question there,
you're
Cope. What?
satisfied.
How can you satisfy someone? Maybe you can satisfy the someone with new music.
And how can
I-
you tell?
No,
Like, y'all stream
know what I
so
mean?
often, right? That I
Um,
guess you kind of get a vibe from the chat, but how can you tell when someone's feeling your music or not? Through
I
a
mean,
chat.
I don't think you could do it like individually. You can't say like, oh well, such and such likes this. I mean, let's say active in a chat. You know what I'm saying they either like it or they don't. But you can tell if you have 40 people in your room and you play a certain number of songs, and now you got 20 people in your room. It's like, okay, something changed. So you know what I'm saying. You just got to make the adjustment.
And so, Miso Cute says here, appreciate the DJs that didn't leave us when things started opening up. Uh, I know that none of y'all left Twitch. You guys stayed completely consistent with that. How did you feel that that helped you compared to the DJs that once the world opened up, they all left and y'all stood standing? And now there's a lot of DJs that are coming back now because the world is slowly closing back down again. So, how do you feel that has benefited you or did not benefit you now that you're still on Twitch?
Uh,
Who is out on gigs? Celebrity
I am.
Drew. Yo, you Celebrity Drew and Kobe, you guys are out on gigs like all the time, every weekend. How are you balancing that, and how are you finding the benefit of still staying on Twitch?
Just take my Twitch setup with me.
How do you find
Right?
out works?
Yeah.
How do you find
As
that works? Because like there's a level of interaction, right? So I haven't done it yet, so that's why I'm curious. Like for you, like how does it
well, I
work?
just explained to the Twitch crowd, like normally I'm not the host of the party, so I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna be on the mic tonight, but we gonna party like we always do. And then if I get a chance to get on the mic, I'll shout out the Twitch stream or whatever. But yeah, it's a lot less interaction from my side, but the
Right.
chat still goes the same way it would if I was talking
That's
back.
dope. That's dope. For me, I think halfway through the pandemic, I kind of started to think ahead of what was gonna happen next for me, and I knew that like I know my wedding schedule, I know the club schedule, I know where I would be on Fridays and Saturdays and Thursdays specifically. So I knew that I wouldn't be able to really build those nights. Some of my funnest nights are Friday night and Saturday night, but I don't really put a lot of marketing and stuff into them because I know that they're not going to be sustainable going forward. So I did create. That's why I went to the morning, because I realized that as the world opens up, people are still in their routine, and that fits my schedule. So
Right.
because it fits my schedule, I try to find the positives within it. And obviously, it's different. I'm a nighttime guy. Most of us saying when we're doing gigs, we're the nighttime guys. But for me, it like I said, it takes some sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, I didn't really have the time to be on Fridays and Saturdays. So to stick with the product, I had to, develop something that I could keep it sustainable. And right now, it's been pretty good in the sense that I can still do it. I can still do clubs and weddings and everything else, and got a nap during the day. But hey, that's kind of the way it works now, right?
Those
So,
naps are clutch, man. Those naps are clutch.
right.
If you
So,
don't know Drew, man, this man never sleeps. He takes naps. He doesn't sleep.
but definitely during remix challenge and stuff, like it's hard, but like at the same time, it's like we're in an interesting time on this platform. I really want to, I don't really want to sound like this, but I really want to push us forward. Like I want to find different ways for us to think, and whether it's the way I'm doing or for someone to see what I'm doing, and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna try this, and maybe they create
Right.
something new for us, and this is all new. So if we can continue to create ways to make this interesting and create programming over here, we can continue to build this platform together.
Mm.
Shout
Nice.
out to that. And shout out to the chat for hanging out with us still. If you're just joining us, this is the last stop of Strictly for the OGs hip hop music festival that goes on each and every Thursday, kicks off at 12 p.m. PST. You're here with DJ Kobe. Shout out to DJ Kobe from Pontiac, Michigan. Celebrity Drew from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. What up? DJ High Note from Ontario, Southern California, Rev Up from Ontario, Southern California, and last but not least, we got Ghetto's Da tapping in all the way from Germany. Shout out to you
There you
guys.
go.
Air horns for everybody. Rev Up.
I love you.
Shout out to the chat. Me so cute. It's Relay Funky Bottoms for hanging out with us. Ange B143, I see you. Dano Destructo. It's Fab Forte. J
Yeah,
Rock in the
wet
building.
movie.
DJ Keytron. Am I saying it right? If you're still here, correct me if I'm wrong. Excellence B, thank you so much for being here. M Swift LA, I know you're lurking in the background. Michelle Cakes, Muffinsaurus Rex, Nina G25, P Weezy, shout out to you, Rada84, Taz Girl, and Tika. I see y'all lurking in the background. Thank you so much for being here. It's Relay has a question. Where's the question over here on this screen? You being the Mad Mod, can you give us a little background on how you found this group and your vision? Oh, the question is for me.
Yeah,
I'm not prepared for
I
that.
like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Oh
tell us, Kay.
boy.
That's a good question.
Oh
Tell us.
boy. It's Relay. Hold on. What was the question? I gotta put it on the screen or else I'll forget. Oh
Explain
shoot.
us.
All right. So we hit the pandemic and I was out of a job. I own my own business and I run a business and it's a beauty business where I do permanent makeup and that shit was like closed down. And I mean, the same for all of the DJs and all of the entertainment world, right? That shit was just completely closed down. And so I was doing, I don't know if everybody knows what it is, but I mean, just to make ends meet, I was doing Instacarting. So I would, go do the groceries, deliver it to people, get tipped. Like, man, reality hit hard, hard. Like, I've had
Struggle.
this career all this time and then just nothing the next day. Nothing. So I had to make ends meet. And then Rev Up, whom has been a friend of mine from well before Twitch came along. He's a DJ and he's out of a job too. So he's like, hey, Kay, I just came across this Twitch thing. This Twitch thing. And I'm like, what is this Twitch thing? And he showed it to me. and I looked
Or
at it, and I spent a couple days on it, and I'm like, "Yo, Riva, how long have you known about this for?" And he's like, "Oh, I've known about this for like a couple months." And I'm like, "Dude, you're sleeping. Why aren't you on this thing?" So, um, we that's where it started. He took over the technical side of starting a stream, and I'm like, well, I have some Photoshop skills. So I did the overlays, I did some flyers, and gosh, you should have seen RevUp's first stream ever that we produced. It was
Yeah, let's not
dark.
see that. Let's
It
not
was
see that.
dark, the sound was off, but hey, you know what? We took our first leap and we did our very first stream, and that was the very beginning of that. And the more I spent time on Twitch and the more I analyzed Twitch, I realized that like anything else, Twitch is a business. Um,
not
Twitch
only,
is Twitch is entertainment for who wants it to be entertainment, and I believe that Twitch is a business for who
sure.
wants it to be a business as well. The more I seen it, the more I found that there's a lot of artists that are amazingly talented on here, amazing talent. But um, uh, real talk, a lot of y'all had no clue what the hell you guys were doing on here. You guys were just hitting go live and that was it, and hope people showed up. And it was like, I'm not sure that's how it works. So let's gather some people and let's create a network. And this is where we are now. Just as a nutshell, I mean, there's been sleepless nights for many, 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 many months. But in a nutshell, here we are, Wet Noodle Gang bitches, and
Little gang,
fucking
bitch.
strictly for the OGs. And here we are on the last
Yeah,
That's
stop.
what's up.
all right,
And
we did it. We did
I
it.
finally, after I think almost a year on Twitch, I've finally been able to merge my two worlds together, being the West Coast and the East Coast, my West
Right.
Coast family that I built over here, and my dearly missed East Coast family is also here. So this is a very, very emotional show and a very emotional moment for me. So thank you so much, It's really for that question in order to allow me to share that. That was probably one of the best questions, and I think this is the most I've ever talked on the last stop. So thank you for that.
And just just to go to show to anybody that's out there, like I'm sure Kay can tell you that, like her the backgrounds on here, and developing her show in terms of the things that she sends us and all her graphics. These are gradual things. You stuck with it and increased your product and stayed consistent. And like you said, you sacrificed, right? And that
Yeah,
will continue to grow in your product, and will show. And the people that are in here that continue to support will continue to grow with you, right? So that's really dope.
So
thank
speaking of
you.
growing
Yeah,
products,
man.
Kay, you just grew your product to over 500 followers
Wow. Well,
this
Oh,
stream.
Wow,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
yay!
This
wow.
stream.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Thank you so much for everybody that decided to follow me. You could be anywhere else in the world, watching anything else in the world, but you're here hanging out with us and hanging out with these dope DJs that I have here, DJ Kobe, Celebrity Drew, High Note, Rev Up, and Ghettos Da. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. And yeah, it's relay. I actually had to leave the house to go to work and make some kind of money to pay my rent. So yeah, I've had enough of that. So I go to great lengths and at all costs not to leave the house now. So shout out to all of y'all. Excellence B, shout out to you, me so cute. Taz girl, thank you so much for still hanging out with us. Crystal Tokyo, I think, with the recent check-in. Dancing Queen 5424 still checked in with us. Thank you so much. Um, well, damn. So let me catch myself a little bit because I got 500 followers on this stream, and I got my East Coast fam with my West Coast fam. It's a very, I say this is a milestone for me. Definitely a
Yeah,
milestone
Oh,
for
we're
me.
all happy to be here. It's great. Like I said, it's
Yeah.
this is the beautiful thing about this thing, and you continue to grow this product, and it's great. I mean, you brought how many different cities together here tonight, and we were able to all put it together. So this is great.
yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. But
Thanks
if
for
it
the
weren't
chat, for this support. Thanks, Kay Lizzie, for being
Thank you so much
together.
for the chat, but thank you so much for actually giving me the opportunity to have this space at all. This is probably the one way since the pandemic for us to all connect with each other. Like, since the pandemic, if it weren't for Twitch, Drew, you and I probably wouldn't be talking like at all since I haven't been back to Toronto. So this is a great way for us to connect. I see my Twitch family and interact with my Twitch family way more than I do outside of Twitch. Like, I have my real life friends, I have family, and I see them a lot, but I barely ever even, I rarely ever talk to them about Twitch because unless you're on Twitch, you don't really get it.
Yeah.
You don't really get it. Do you guys have that problem trying to explain to people or even trying to convince them to come on Twitch because it's just such a new platform, right?
Yeah,
It's not
people,
easy to explain. Yeah.
and it's another app. People don't want another app, and it's like trying to like the people that care will come over without you having to try to break it down to them. But a lot of people, once you do break it down to them, they still don't care. So it's like they'll come if they want to. Otherwise, I'll just work with these people that's already here.
So how do you guys work about that? Like, how do you get people? How do you promote? Like, I know Instagram is a very saturated space for flyers. People has completely become desensitized to flyers and stuff. So is there any other platform other than, say, advertising a flyer on Instagram that you would suggest us take notice of a little bit more that you find helps out a little bit? Anyone
Nope.
want to interject?
I would
Like,
say Discord. Discord is kind of becoming the new comparable to Instagram, but more leaning towards the Twitch side of things. Like, I think Discord has become Twitch's Instagram in a sense.
Hmm.
Sure, but the first meeting is on your channel often,
Yeah.
or you find another Discord server and find announcement. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. But normally you find the channel and then the Discord channel. First the
Or
Twitch
Reddit.
channel,
I
I
hear a
mean,
lot of things about Reddit as
you know.
well.
So you join the community on the Discord when you found the Twitch channel, I think. That's the way I make it.
Hmm.
It's really rare that I follow or watch a channel. It must be, yeah, we are family. I have a look what's announcements on Kay Lizzie's Discord or my other Discords for sure. That's interesting. But how many times does it happens? Not so often as you was rated or so. That
I
and
think once you're in somebody's community and then you're in their Discord, that's when you find out about other communities or other networking communities. But I'm really talking about like Drew or Kobe or High Note. Are you guys using any other platform to promote your Twitch, or is it solely pretty much Instagram?
Your eyes. Um, yeah, I'm using TikTok. I still
This is
promote
what
on
happens
Facebook.
when a group of DJs get together. Just random sound effects come out of nowhere.
it's not me.
Yeah, that
I did
wasn't me.
that. I think that was Kobe.
Hey.
uh,
Kobe thinks it was Kobe.
for me, I'll be honest with you. I think it's I think like there was a time where I was promoting on everything. I was trying to push on everything that it was doing to Twitch on this, from TikTok to Instagram, Facebook, everything. And I found that none of it worked. I found it at first it works because you want people to know, but I felt like doing it repetitively didn't work. I felt like it actually worked in reverse. I felt like it was starting to annoy people. People were just like, "Okay, are you
Right,
doing anything else?"
right,
Now,
right, right.
what I will say is this: I would still promote, but like I think the place to really look for people on Twitch, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but
It's
it's
Twitch.
Twitch. So, working with other people, going into other chat rooms and, you know, w- like just talking to different people and just growing within the platform will help you grow. I just think, we were all looking at other platforms, and Facebook would bring us to Twitter, and Twitter would bring us to Instagram, and Instagram and TikTok. But this is just something different, and it's just going to be on
Mm.
its own. So, um, it's good. It's still you still have to do your diligence and let all your other social medias know what you're doing. But at the same time, I think it's very important to do work actually on the platform to
On the
uh to
live
to generate.
platform,
And like
the live
something like
platform.
this, to
Yeah.
be honest with you, like there are other way trains, but this is an incredible one in the sense that you know
It's not a
I
raid
bel I would
train.
assume
Not a
all of
raid.
us don't really have so
Not
much
a raid
crossover.
train.
You know, I've
No
worked
way.
with Rev
Mm.
Up, but the other guys here, we haven't really been able to do a product together, and I know a lot of my people are following them, and and when I say my people, I mean the people that haven't been exposed to these guys yet, or and vice versa for them. I'm getting follows from people that obviously are being exposed because of them, and to me, that's more effective than Facebook and Instagram flyers and stuff like that. So
I find in the beginning when I started, I'm almost my 1 year anniversary is coming up, and in the
hmm
beginning, I was doing what Drew was saying. I was just totally relying on IG and
yeah,
Facebook, and then eventually, I started realizing, okay, I need to start doing content. I need to start driving traffic in different ways because Twitch is it's totally undiscoverable to the to the average. People aren't gaming and all that, and what I found was engaging with, like you said, other communities, other moderators. You go in there, the easiest things like moderators saying hi to you right there. Boom, sit there,
hmm
boom, talk, engage. Come back. Sometimes in the beginning, yeah, I was throwing a lot of bits and all that. I just realized just sitting in the chat, supporting, showing up, and like you said, consistency.
Consistency. Yeah.
Just the other
Yeah.
night, I was in one of my friends' chats and just struck up a conversation with one of the moderators. Boom, come back, and there's 10, 15 more followers right there just off that little effort. You know what I mean?
right.
But I don't know. It's not a tutorial for you guys. You guys know what time it is, but I was doing it wrong for a long time. And then I realized like, wow, like when I met Kay Leezy, she came in my chat and would rev up and everything, and she already had the formula down.
hmm
And I was like, wow, who's this? Just instant party. Like Wet Noodle Gang comes through to
Right.
my chat. I'm like, damn, it's
Right.
wild. I just still don't understand the language yet. I'm getting to know it. But
To be honest with you, I don't think you were doing it wrong. I think we all have to do that at the beginning. I think it's
right,
just after a while we realize that
Mhm.
we're putting effort into it and there's nothing coming from it, right? Like, or
Right.
there's just
Right.
so
yeah,
little coming from it
But
that
it
we
comes
realize,
back.
okay, we've done what we can. You know what I mean? Like now it's time to shift focus. So, yeah, I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you did exactly what everyone has to do at the beginning. To be honest
those
with
are
you.
the growing pains.
Yes,
And then
absolutely.
like when Kay asked the question about what did we do when other DJs went on, I mean, I still played in the clubs. And Kobe said he goes to the club. I took my stream to the club.
hmm
And then I took an extra mixer, and people were looking at me in the club like, "What are you talking to yourself?" I'm like, "No, no,
Right.
I'm talking to Twitch over here."
Yeah.
It was stressful, but I figured like, well, shoot, I'm gonna make money, and then I got to be consistent with it. But definitely, I have learned so much in 1 year, and it's just like, wow, what I could have done differently then. I kind of think Twitch is still wild, wild west. It's not
Mhm.
sold up yet. And so there's room to grow. There's room for innovation. So that's what I'm looking for. What's the next thing? What's the different thing I could do?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
How do you balance between the two? Like Celebrity Drew says that you got to network with other people, you got to be on Twitch, you got to be in their streams, you got to support them too, but you also have to stream at the same time. So how are you streamers who stream regularly finding the balance? Like how much supporting do you feel like you need to spend time on, and then how much streaming? Because there's got to be, like you said, a balance in both, right? And that's takes up a lot of time alongside all the stuff you do outside of Twitch. Like we all have had a life outside of Twitch that we are either maintaining or trying to balance. So how do you guys find the balance between the two in supporting and streaming? Ghetto, you spend a lot
Yep.
of time on Twitch, so
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, it was not easy at the beginning to find my time for my official streaming times on Twitch. Now I found my Mondays, Germany time, 8 p.m. I make my 4 hours now. It was hard at the beginning to make 4 hours. That's another thing. 1 hour, 2 hour, then 9 hour gang and so on. You know it
Right.
by yourself. And
100-hour gang.
yeah, and we have
100 hours. Damn.
made it together for sure. Yeah, but I made 9 hour of them, or what was it? Whatever. And my Friday. Okay, it's 2 days in a week. It's okay for me now, but in the at the beginning it was a struggle. I said I must stream often in the week so I can get more viewers, and so that was a struggle. Yeah, and now I found my days, and I said, "Don't fuck, sorry,
Right.
don't make yourself nah, and now I found my 2 days, and with this event, strictly for the OGs, we are rotating DJs. It's really nice for me to make a rest week and to be together with new DJs, new faces, new styles. And it's a great family. It's a small family. We are all busy. Kay Lizzie is busy everywhere I see. Yeah, she made this. She made this. She found me 4 months ago, plus minus, and here we go. Three. So it's the third time that I'm on a strictly for the OGs, and this was a big expanding for my channel in the last month. 30 days. You know your stream dashboard. The last 30 days. Yeah, 100 and I don't know how many followers. Now I have 400 and I don't know. That was only the last month. We
Hey, shout
get
out to
That's
yeah.
Ghetto.
great.
No, that is K Lizzy, that is Rev Up, that is Kobe, that is Celebrity Drew. Now it's High Note, and we are getting we must. You can't eat everyday spaghetti. We must share or yeah, like this or pizza, or doner kebab. Yeah, and that's it. And it's
I
nice
like that.
because it's another thing for me. I also have German channels that I visit. You
Right.
know, it's
Right.
I have more options maybe than you. I don't know. No, I don't
You
know really.
probably do. Like the German
Not the German, the
presence in
Turkish and
Twitch
Germany. I'm not
are is
German.
huge on Twitch.
I'm international, and I think every one of you is from every anywhere. It's not the U.S. When I ask you which roots you have? I'm Oriental, but we live all these U.S. hip hop styles, and we speak the voice of the streets because we are all humans. I think we are in the internet, not the German net, and that's what I'm thinking when I'm watching these German channels.
Germanet.
Um, and I try to translate, learn my English. My English is getting better since I'm chatting with Kay Lizzie or when I'm streaming or when I'm in the chats on RevUp or whatever, I'm getting better. Kaylee, you remember my English at the beginning? It was I don't know how. It was funny, I think.
It was just not fluent.
Yeah,
You understood everything I said. It was just the responses aren't fluent. I knew what you wanted to say back. You just couldn't say it. But
cute,
now
cute.
it's pretty natural, man. You're
Yeah, this guy
great.
speaks better
You're
English than
great.
me. What are you talking about, bro? This guy's
Right.
killing it.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, man.
I
Thanks,
would
man.
have never
Yeah,
known.
and we are learning each other as humans. That's not the DJing thing sometimes.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
true.
Yeah.
it's people you are know each other, and that's what we must made in this life, I think, to know each other, to know other humans, because you see everyone lives on himself, and now on this platform like internet we come together as no day before. Or Twitch is the platform. Instagram, it's okay when you say I make this and that today. On Thursday is strictly for the OGs. But where are we live? That's really only on Twitch, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
The interaction is incomparable on
Yeah.
Twitch, I find.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. I see a couple of people that's just checked in. Mizo Q, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a good night.
Thanks,
We'll see
Relay.
you again in the next stream. Abloon just checked in. What up, Abloon?
Oh, a balloon.
Funky Bottom
Blue.
still hanging out with us. It's Relay still hanging out with us. It's Fab Forte. Shout out to you. J Play
Yo.
with the check in. What up, J Play? Leo the Great, I see you. Thank you for being here. If you just joined us, this is the last stop of Strictly for the OGs Hip Hop Music Festival, not a raid train.
No
Not
Ray
right.
Train, Drew.
No Ray Train.
Not a raid train, Drew.
Gesagt.
I work really, really hard for it not to be a raid train.
Yeah.
DJ Kobe is here with us. Celebrity Drew is here with us.
Oh, I
High
wrote
Note
that in
is
this.
here.
I wrote
We are
that
working
in
on
this
it.
into a description.
We are,
I was
we are,
trying to
we
sit
are,
here. I was like, when did I say that? And I was like, oh, I wrote it in the
we are
description.
working on it.
Yeah.
No problem, Drew. Everyone
Oh,
makes his
man.
mistakes.
Benched.
Yeah, right?
Everything's fine, man. Everything's fine.
Rev Up is here and Ghetto's out all the way from Germany. Thank you so much for hanging out with us so far. Wet Noodle Gang in the house, bitches. Dragon Knight
Go. There you go.
5515. Thank you for the check-in. Welcome to the last stop. It's Relay says music is a universal language. Twitch has opened doors for true lovers of the craft we call DJing and come together and become family. Who does everyone here? Do you guys all feel like Twitch has made you become a better DJ, whether it be on Twitch or in your real life gigs, that it has improved your DJing skill and your engagement skill? Or do you think that you already had the engagement skill and you just brought it to Twitch?
I'll go first. Cause I really don't. I don't, like I said before, I don't host a lot of the gigs that I DJ, so I don't really talk a lot at the events that I do. So, I mean, I have to talk on Twitch. Like it's no way around it. Like if you get on there and you don't say anything, I don't think it'll go well for you. So it's making me become more vocal at my outside gigs when I get the opportunity to. But yeah, it's I won't say it makes me a better DJ, but it makes me more open to try different shit outside. Cause on Twitch you can just play whatever you want to. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't work, you can get out of it. So I'm more willing to try that outside now.
So it has made you a better DJ or a more adventurous DJ, if you will.
I'll take adventurous. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, for me,
Anyone
I've
else?
definitely been forced. I've definitely been forced to polish up a lot of what I used. Like I used to do the clubs every weekend, and I never really talked. I was completely shy on the mic. Like every time I had to go DJ at a club, I had someone on the mic with me that would just talk and be hype and all that stuff. Here, there's no, like Kobe said, there's no other way around it. You got to talk. So it really helped me grow vocally as well as musically because I was always playing just club sets, and especially with the strictly for the OGs, it's you got to be a lot more focused on the tracks that you pick in terms of what you're playing and how you're playing it, because it's very different here on something like this than at a club. At a club, you play hype tracks, remixes, edits, and you got Fat Man Scoop on every track. It's going to be hype for the drunk people that are there. But here, everybody's just chilling on the couch, and you can't really do the same thing that you would at a club. So you really got to polish up both vocally and musically, and that's what Twitch has done for me.
That's a good point right there. That's a really good point.
I didn't see you having any problem sneaking in the 93 to Infinity instrumental, though.
I like how I love
I
how
saw
that was
no
detailed in our
problems
email.
there at all.
Right?
Totally detailed in the email. That was amazing.
High Note wanted to add to that point
Go ahead.
right now.
I just think that when we're talking about the club versus the streaming, there was a little bit of I was trying to DJ like I was at the club here, and I was like, you know how sometimes you turn the volume down in the club, all my people, what's good? Let me hear you say it, and I was doing it, but I wasn't doing it in, I was kind of cutting it off and this and that. And I thought, "Oh, you know what? I need to focus more on that after watching like replays. So it made me better um, in the clubs, because I do MC a lot, and I found that over the years I was not doing it as much, and now I show up to the club and my showmanship is better. It's like I feel like I'm sharper, like when I'm talking to the audience, I'm engaging them, not like on Twitch, but I'm it's sharper, and yeah. So I remember Kay, she pointed a couple of things out. She's like, you might want to take a look at this and then. I was like, you know what? Damn, I missed it because I'm just so used to DJing live or like, radio. It's a different format. And so, yeah. So Twitch, I mean, it made me step my game up quite a bit on the MC tip. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
man.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
master of ceremony. That's it. Drew, show us how it works. I must say it. You're really a great performer because every musician has to perform himself. It's not only the music you play, the instrument. It's you. And
Absolutely.
you see on Drew, he raps the text. He makes from you to Drew. He makes his own styles, and
Wait, what
that's
did
it.
you
You
just
live.
say? From what? From you to Drew?
No,
Yeah,
I
he
yeah.
changed the lyrics, for
Oh,
himself.
nice.
No,
I do.
there was today a track. I
Yes,
That
don't
yeah,
is a
know.
yeah,
Drew
yeah. I
thing.
do. Yeah, I
That is
do
The
that.
a true
me
story.
and it was Outcast, me and
Outcast.
Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Your mother and your cousin too. Yeah, that
I
was
was
it.
tripping out. I
That
was
was
tripping.
nice. That
I
was
do that a lot.
spontaneous, I think. No? And
Yeah.
I had to
that's
think about that. I was
really
like, wait,
and what I
who and Drew?
what I want to say is this is club DJing what you are telling me, and what we did is hip hop jamming, and there was there was a competition for sure. We were singing with our friends, and it was daily operation, and we had no YouTube, no videos, and only from hearing from primo cuts and whatever
Right.
how to manage this turntables, to perform
Yeah.
this. Or
Yeah.
you were on a hip hop jam as on your use and saw, wow, it was another thing. And my question to you is, when you only started make DJing for a club,
Right.
you also train at home, but it was a challenge for us for sure. We also trained to be an MC, a master of ceremony,
Right.
because when you are on the set, and today it's not easy to overwatch the chat on Twitch. That's
Absolutely.
really
Yeah.
a plus on it.
Yeah.
No, it's really a challenge, and I see there are difference. There are difference, but everyone who step on Twitch. Yeah, it's a totally new world for everyone because
Right.
this shout outing, yeah, this is BIG, this is representing this and that. That comes from you. But
Right.
when you can look into the to the crowd. That's okay, but you must see letters and emotes and
Right.
names. Who is it? From where he is? I sometimes I only see letters, but I don't know the face of it. But
Right.
from chatting, I make my picture.
Right.
I make my picture. Maybe RevUp is only a user and he has no picture in his user profile, and I can only make my own picture. What he's telling
Right.
me
Right.
over months. That's
Um.
a new thing for us, I think.
For
Oh,
me,
yeah,
like,
it's a totally new concept.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. It's definitely part of what we have to do now. For me, my club background starts as an MC. So I
Hmm.
was the guy in the club working with these DJs. So that's where all my kind of skills come from.
Yeah,
The
man.
DJ side of it is been, see, for me, I know a lot of you guys are sitting there like I had to
More
do this and
MC
that.
than DJ, yeah?
Yeah, I ran
Okay.
towards this. Like, I looked at it
Hmm.
like, okay, here's my
So
opportunity to
cool.
use that, and then show that I can produce remixes and then also have, some skills. So, um, I think it's a beautiful thing that we have the ability to really like have full creative control on this
Hmm.
platform. Any
Yes.
place that we play at, whether it's a club, we like I said, it's a club set. You got to play a club set. If you're playing a wedding, you're playing the music they want. If you're playing on the radio, they give you a list of songs you got to play, um, and that's the way it works. This is the only place that you get to dress it up how you want, and you
And
get to
here you
display it
can
how you
show
want.
yourself. Here you can show
Absolutely,
yourself.
yeah.
There's no okay, you see the chat, but there's no so much um stress for you. You can be concentrate on your thing because when you don't have fun on this streaming,
Uh-huh.
that
Then
won't
there's no
be
point.
a
And I'll tell
yeah.
I will say this, like just because a streamer does something and it works for them, that doesn't mean that you have to do it too. You know, like
Right.
Right.
there's a moment on my stream every morning where I shout everyone out. It just works for my programming. Doesn't mean that you have to do it or it's going to be effective for you. You have to do what works for you. And I think that sometimes we get caught up in looking at other streamers and being like, well, they do that and I should do this. I got out of that thinking because it doesn't translate.
Mm.
A wise person told me a long time ago, when we were in school, we all get the same uh, we all get the same test, right? We all have to write the same answers in the same test. Well, in life we don't get the same test. In life we all
Right.
get different tests. So
Wow. Wow.
copying
Wow.
somebody else's work is not going to give you the right answers in your life. So
That's not you. That's not you.
no, absolutely. So, in terms of that, I would just continue to say, be yourself and like look at someone and get inspired, and then add it to your game. And I think, I think as everyone does that, they're starting to, you see the growth within your own channel and within your own product as well, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with learning these things. Like, I'm not no genie. I didn't know OBS. I didn't know, backgrounds and, all this stuff. I had to learn it. I sat there on YouTube, and when it didn't make sense, I sat there and messed with it and tried to figure it out and
You
learn
make your
this,
scene
okay?
yourself
Yeah,
through?
absolutely. Everything. I do
Yeah.
Oh,
not like
respect.
everything that I make, whether it's the
That's love for
backgrounds, my
sure.
flyers. Yeah, because for me, this is what I do. Like this is it's not my hobby. It's no disrespect to
I
anyone.
like
This
the
is
hype train,
yeah,
this yeah
everything.
man,
This is what
underground styles. Wow.
but it's gradual. It didn't happen overnight. Like every stream at the end of my stream, High Note said it.
Step by step,
We
huh?
go back and watch a video,
Yeah.
and study. It's very
You
much like
have to.
sports, like we got to go back and be our hardest critic, but don't be hard on yourself, but be your hardest critic, like I used to tell Kay all the time, like there's certain things about the stream, improve it, watch a stream after, look at what you did, and be a critic and say, try to look for the things that you can improve, and even for us as DJs, whether it's sound or tweaking or we did this and this didn't really work. Okay, let's change it to our game. It's just like watching basketball or baseball, and doing your recon and trying to make your game better. It's very similar. So we're all continuing to grow. I think that's the important thing to know is that everyone's growing and everyone's growing at a different rate.
Shout out to the chat right now. I wanted to say hi to DJ Lex, Wet Noodle Gang.
Yeah.
And if you haven't wished Fab Forte a happy birthday, please make sure you do so.
Big up,
It's
big
Fab's
up.
birthday.
Happy
He's a
birthday,
little
Fab.
shy about it, but if you wish him a happy birthday, he'll surely appreciate it. It is his 45th birthday.
Okay.
It's a
And
really
he'll look a day
major
over
one. It's
46.
important. Yeah.
It's a big one.
Again? 45th again? Wow.
Shout out Mr.
Happy
Go
birthday.
DJ with a check-in.
I thought it was his birthday 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Again and again.
Not
Happy
only does
birthday
this guy,
to
not
Paul.
only does this guy know English, he's a comedian too. Look at this guy, man. Killing us.
I'm gonna hit the rim shot,
Shout out to Mr. Go DJ with the check-in. Tika, thank you for hanging out. Ange B143, shout out to you. If you're just joining us, this is the last stop with strictly for the OGs DJ guests this week. DJ Kobe, Celebrity Drew, High Note, Rev Up, and Ghetto's Da. We're just talking about how what were we talking about? We were talking about
Digitalism.
if Twitch has improved your DJing skills or if you brought your skills to Twitch. And so I guess with all of that being said, Celebrity Drew, do you find that your performance in real life has improved because you've gotten so much practice on Twitch? Like, because that's the reality, right? On Twitch, it's kind of like practice because you kind of do what you want
It is,
at
but
your
it
own
isn't,
time.
and I'll tell you why. I think that it's important. I think I know hit it earlier. It's that at first you try to play like you're in the club because that's what we're used to, but it's not the same thing, and you have to treat it differently. You absolutely have to treat it differently, and like there's pace. I think DJs learned this word very quickly on Twitch. It's pace. You have to learn pace. You gotta. It's an hour. You're entertaining people for a while. It's not the same thing as a club. In a club, I may play a song for 45 seconds just because that's the way you play it in a club. Like just the way you ring it out in the club. But on Twitch, they might want to hear that second verse, or and it comes off just as effective as when I
Yes,
play
that's
45
something.
seconds of a song in the club, right? So it's different and it has to be treated differently. And once it is, it's thing as in your I know what you're asking is because we're sitting here and we're doing so much that it doesn't reflect
Yeah.
us when we go to play. It does, but the style in which we play on Twitch, at least for me, is not the same when I'm in the club. In the club, you know, like if you think I'm on 100 when I'm on Twitch, I tell you in the club, we got to be moving a lot faster than that and being a lot more on point because in the club it's a lot more demanding and you have to move a lot quicker. So
Right.
The crowd moves you.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah, man. That's
I
different,
want to
man.
stay ahead of them too, right? So that's also it too.
Yeah, you can't stop that wave stand normally, man.
No,
Yeah, but I think you can perform your technique in. You have the time, when you are streaming, when you make your and you find new transitions. It's spontaneous, but you have the time to make it. You have the viewers. Okay, you can read the chat when you want, and I check it every few seconds. But when I'm on it, I'm on it. I'm concentrated on my transition, and now I see I'm getting more concentrated. It's like you make it every day, like playing guitar or whatever. And I
no, it's
have my
true.
time. That this not the disco, not the low light, and these big speakers. I can manage it for myself, so it's comfortable for me. And I have a look for my chat. Okay, that's the only thing, the only manco we say, the thing you have to do. But otherwise, you have the time and your area. You make your area, and
Absolutely,
be concentrated on your work. That's what you, because there are so many DJs and streamers. Okay, that the our only one is technical way, awesome. The other one is the performer and the charisma guy.
right? I
Uh,
think another thing too is your setup. I think sometimes we don't talk much about your setups and the way you're displayed and being comfortable while you're doing it. Like that's another thing. Like you want to be comfortable if you're doing a stream for an hour or two. You want your settings to be comfortable and everything to be where it needs to be. That's a very important thing. I think we all just try to plug everything in and then like okay hit start streaming and then we're like oh
Right.
everything's like for me it took me so long to figure out I
mm,
need a mouse to my right and I need
yeah,
the stream deck over here and it's not just
the
getting the
lights.
things it's also figuring out where they fit and where it's comfortable for you to do these things so it's interesting but like I said it's a as long as you treat it like you can get better every day. Like every day. You don't get you're not at any point you're like, okay, I'm here. As long as you treat it like that, it gets better every day. It's actually incredible that it does that. So
So, with your streaming setup and your streaming equipment, what would you say is the one piece of equipment that you simply cannot live without now? Kobe?
Um, well, one of my cameras just went out, so I'm down to one camera. So I'm gonna say my Rain One. Gonna say my Rain One. Without this, I mean, I could stream without it. I could,
Like an accessory,
oh, my
like not
accessory.
your actual controller, but like an
Uh,
accessory that you stream with that you simply can't live without now.
my headphones. I never DJ with headphones before I started on Twitch, but they're
Oh, yeah. I
absolutely
heard about
necessary.
that
They're
with a
absolutely
lot
necessary here.
of DJs.
But it's only because I play like here, like if I'm out in the club, I know what records I'm playing. It's all up tempo hype shit. We can get in, we can get out. It's nothing. But here, I play a lot of R&B records. We play a lot of jazz. So the intros is like all over the place on there. So to line it up and make the drops right, like you need headphones. You can't just jump out the window and like it's gonna sound crazy. It's like so I'm gonna say the headphones. And it's weird because it's like, how did I go so many years without using headphones?
It's crazy.
Did anyone else like use headphones before Twitch, or nobody else use headphones before Twitch
I use
either?
headphones.
I use
Always.
headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need
However,
them.
I never mixed in my headphones. Like I never
No,
relied
no.
on just having my headphones on to mix.
Oh, I that's how I do my show.
I was
Yeah,
always
man.
like this.
Yeah,
When I
It's
I
needed
two
to
have
do a
to.
ways to
song, I
work.
would always do
It's
like this.
also a challenge without headphones to make a transition. It is a challenge when you
Absolutely.
a good DJ and to know must I go speed it up or speed it down. That's a really challenge. When you're in a good mood, you can do it.
Right.
That's not the problem. But when you want to make a clean transition, you need your headphones half half. That's it.
Yeah.
But at home, I can't DJ with totally headphones on my head. And I see so many DJs on Twitch. I can't do that. I must hear it in my room, what is outside, and
Hmm.
what I'm preparing. You know, I
Yeah.
can't do that. I tried, but I'm sorry. I'm too old for that,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm the
really.
same way.
It's too vorbei. It's too late. Is
I think
what's
for
what's
me
happening.
that's like a result of like I said before, I started DJing with the CDJs with the jog wheel on it. So it wasn't a headphone joint on there. You just had to know where this song starts at.
Right.
So from there, I did that for what like the first 2 years that I was DJing. So it became habit to just know the music and where it starts at. You know what I'm saying, without having the headphones. But once I got here, it's like, how did you go 15 years without using headphones? That's insane.
That's the thing.
I think like Rev Up was talking about, I actually had to learn how to do my whole show in my headphones. That took me like about 2 weeks to get used to. I was like talking with the mic off. I was getting roasted, for not fading it right, but I got through it. But to get back to the question that you said, I think I couldn't live without my Stream Deck now, with all the
Oh,
scenes and all the effects and stuff. And I can't do without that one right there. Gotta have that Stream Deck.
Absolutely.
Man,
That's my answer now. I'll be
yeah,
honest with you. Like I don't even know how I did it before without this. Like
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like no,
I don't know about that life
no,
yet.
I have no clue how I did this without it. Like
No, it's like you could.
the fact that I did remix challenge 5 seasons with no stream deck. I
That's
had
crazy.
yeah, I did it all with the mouse and like moving things and well, like it wasn't.
my,
To be
you
honest,
can
That's
make it with
wild
the
right there.
smartphones. Oh,
yeah,
I
that's
use
crazy.
my
If I like
smartphone for it.
my first 2 seasons of remix challenge, I did through Zoom. So like Rev Up knows. So we like originally we connect through Streamyard, right? But and Streamyard, I do it a completely different way. We don't actually broadcast from Streamyard. And originally when I did it, I used Zoom to put all the DJs in. So every time a DJ would be moved, I had to actually move them into the square. I had to cut separate scenes for when there would be 2 people. Like there was a lot of work that went into it. So like, trust me when I keep saying it's like I know it sounds repetitive, but like you have to continue to just look to get your streams better. Like that's it. Like
Mm.
that's my whole goal at the end. Like if I had 60 minutes of a stream, like the 90 minutes that I played tonight, like I'm gonna go back and watch that and look for that minute or the 88 minutes or whatever it is that I did wrong or that I feel that I can improve, right? And
Right.
it's not so much what you did wrong. It's more what can you improve. You know what I mean? So, or how can you display what you're doing better? I think that's important. So,
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now hanging out with us. Mr. Go DJ says the stream deck is like the wheel.
yeah,
Yo,
it's incredible. To like, it's a game changer. If it allows you to move quickly, especially for us, we're using our hands. We're doing like it's like a guy like Rev Up. I think if he had a stream deck, it will blow his mind because you're moving, bro. You're checking your songs. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like so when you have to go click the mouse, it's basically like you have to stop. You know what I'm
It
saying? Like
distracts you.
you
Yeah.
can't go at the speed that you're going at and then go to the mouse and then you know what I mean? Like so for
Hard
me,
body
like
karate
yeah,
don't
and
happen.
even for me, like not just getting the stream deck, but also figuring out where it goes in terms of your set, so it's still fluent with what you're doing. Like I said, man, it's a continuous thing. Just continue to go at your pace, improve your product, and continue to put it into it, and like you will see results, man. I continue to see results every day, and I just continue to tell people like, push yourself. We can all do it, man.
I would say for the streamers, that's probably the one of the better investments, even if you
Hmm.
just have one camera, because all the nested things you can do with it, from the scripts to the timers you can put on it. I mean, it's once you,
Wait, you
like
put
Drew was saying, once you learn it, it's like riding a bike. You don't forget it,
Yeah.
and you just level up. You don't. I
Okay,
mean,
but I have a question on this.
okay,
What is this? I like this technical virtual things really. Also about on your channel High Note, it was like real. This record store in first look, really, and the
yeah,
style, and it make it lighter. It was a bright room. It was nice, and it was representing you. And at Celebrities Root style, yeah, that's action, that's pure action. You use it like an action tool.
Right.
On RevUp use it in the background sometimes today with the flyer. I like it. It's a half thing. But I think the important thing, also DJ Cope uses different styles with the smoke. I like it. It's his style and the background. Today's native tongue, okay. No, for example. But what is it? What you wanted to do on Twitch? That was DJing for me. I think, for sure, it's cool to make some overlays. I'm also make more and change them. I'm also live with them, because we are living in this digital. We have the opportunities. I have this ghetto wall. Everyone make his ghetto tag on my wall. I like this, but I think I want to minimize it on my channel, but it comes, step by step. So somebody works a lot of with it, and I want to show my DJing, and but I can't say no to this virtualism. I say no, but I say, wow, when I see it, it's like, yeah, it's a show, it's not what I made. You only see, have a look in my room, and there's a little virtual things. But when I see like shows, I'm okay. I'm not in this world really entered,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
to make this show. I Yeah, I'm curious. I want to make it, but I want to say no. I want to show my DJing work, but what should I make? It's funny. It's funny when I don't say hate. I love it when I say it. Wow, because I see the love. What High Note did, what DJ Cope on the streams with the smoke. It's his channel. This emotes was also RevUp users. Hey, KDZ, do you have something like this for your overlays, because you're always the last stop since now. Hope we can have some effects on your channel soon.
What? Like emotes and stuff?
Not emotes, these virtual scenes and so on. Everyone is expanding his channel, and you also make everything otherwise on your channel,
Well, I run off of StreamYard, so StreamYard is actually pretty limited in what I can do in terms of graphics and little bells and whistles that I can install onto StreamYard. I actually can't do anything besides what I'm doing right now. So
Well,
it's kind of like a Zoom call. But
The advancement is that, on her program she's able to display us, right? Like on
Mm.
ours, I think we're the ones producing the music. I think on for this part of the show, it's like because she's able to have us all on here and navigate, like
Um,
the graphics can change, but really it's more about her programming over here, right? So
um,
yeah, that's probably why. Because I mean, like she says, on Streamyard, you're kind of bound by their format, right? Like on
yeah,
OBS, she could cut us all out and put us all in different places, right? But on this,
mm.
she's kind of stuck to what it is. But the thing is about this program is once you figure out what works for you, you can build within. Right? Like having six of us on the screen and being able to do the conversation is not easy. So like I've done it before, it's not. So it's definitely dope.
yeah. It's taken me quite a few tries to actually just get fluent with everything that I'm doing on
Mm.
StreamYard. Shout out to High Note for dressing up the stream. Like the graphics are compliments of DJ High Note. So shout out to
Nice.
High Note.
Welcome.
Respect.
So all the visual graphics you see on the Strictly series is actually by DJ High Note. So
Okay.
man, this guy is pretty busy in the background also for the music festival. So shout out to you, DJ High Note.
I think ghetto. I think to add, I think because I do have a graphic background in
Mm.
visual, I naturally it's there. So I want to incorporate that. I want to display that talent. I want to add to
Style.
that experience. I mean, I grew up watching like Friday night videos, and I feel like, well, I could add this. But see, that doesn't mean the next person has to do that. I've seen made dope streams where it's just minimal, but
That
they're still
should not
using the
be
stream deck.
90%, That shouldn't be 90%. That's only thing that I wanted to say maybe.
Right.
I like it, but not 99%. You made it well today. I like it. But there's so many Twitch channels.
And I
Yeah,
think
great job with it, yeah.
and I think, like I said, if it's for you, it's not for you. As long as what fits for you, and I still think the technology can still work in your favor. But like I said, it's a lot of work. When I saw Drew remix challenge, I was like, wow, that's a
Yeah.
lot of graphics. I'm
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah,
know
really.
I know how much that takes. I mean, just to conceptualize it, and
He's
then
not Sushi Dragon, but
Well, no,
right.
yeah.
I mean,
no Sushi Dragon.
it's like you and vinyl.
Yeah.
You're doing all vinyl. It's your that's your passion. That's what you represent. That's what
No, no,
you.
no, for sure. But I also make some more virtual things on my channel. That's not
Mm,
it. No, before I was streaming, before I started, it was only a cam and DJing. But step by step, it's getting more. And I'm
Yeah,
getting. I love it. When I see it at the beginning, I was what they are making there. It's only digitaling. Okay, it's work. It's work, but I'm also looking for the human, what he's doing live, what he's doing live. So you can prepare a lot of things offline and show it on your stream in the internet. But what are you going to show live, and that's what Twitch is, I think.
yeah.
There's some Twitchers, maybe you know VCR records, old school VHS, VHS video film. He's making short films, but
right.
he's commentating this, but he's
Well,
showing us, but he's preparing is offline. That's really individual thing. But normally, I would like to see a live thing on Twitch, and when anyone put only 99% digitalness, and there's no performing from himself, no
right.
DJing, no, that's not it.
Hmm.
I
You know
want to
what
see
I mean?
more
Yeah,
programming.
I understand.
It's good though
Yeah,
because like I
both.
know a couple guys that are really good in studio and now they're doing tutorials and stuff on how
Must
to
work together.
mix
Must
down your
work
own
together.
stuff. It's really good. I think it's
Yeah.
I think we can all like I said we can all continue to learn from each other. It's definitely good.
It's another thing. Yeah. Yeah,
Look into that.
it must work together. That's what I think, because some one thinks I put more overlays and it would be greater. No, you must be there too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It, you
I want to say shout out to the chat, everybody that's been hanging out with us. It's been 2 hours into the show, and y'all still rocking with us. So shout out to Big Buddy Knock, Fab Forte in the house, Funky Bottoms. I like that username. Thank you for being here tonight. I think he had a question over here somewhere. Where did it go? He wanted to know something about. Here we go. As for record pools, what are the criteria? What is the criteria for a good one? Anyone want to take this?
8 mix.
uh,
Shout out to 8 Mix.
I
Plug.
was, I
Shout out
was
to 8
sponsored
mix.
with A-Mix. A-Mix, I mean, I think it's important that you get your music from what you play. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you do your research, look at the pool, see what they service, and choose the one that works best for you. Obviously, you want to pick the one that gives you the most music for what you play. There's no point in subscribing to a music service of music you don't play, right? So maybe that's the best way to look at it. It's not so much which one's the best one. It's more so which one is the best one for you. It's usually eight
Right.
I
mix.
agree on that one. Well said.
Yeah,
Usually eight mix.
usually 8 mix.
Shout out
I
to
mean,
eight mix.
I've gone through some of the major record pools. I've been to DJ City. I've been to BPM Supreme. I've
Yeah.
been on Beat Source. I've been on 8 mix. And for what you what you, what you receive for what you pay is probably you get the best value out of 8 mix. I think
Hmm.
it's you get music through the decades, and not only that, but you only pay for what you want. A lot of these other record pools, they're subscription based, and the ones that I've been subscribed to only come out with the new records, and it was difficult for me to try to find throwbacks or old school tracks,
Right.
and those I was able to find on 8 mix. Surprisingly enough, because I there was a lot of stuff on 8 mix that I was looking for specifically that I just could not find anywhere else.
Right.
I either had to rip it from YouTube or ask around to other DJs and see who had it. But 8 mix is actually really, really dope.
For you, right? And like I
Yeah,
said, it's different for everyone. Like, and the
yeah.
cool thing about A-Mix, like obviously I have a relationship with A-Mix because they had was a sponsor for my show for the Remix Challenge. But the cool thing about them is they have certain packs that you could buy that are just specifically for what you could be looking for. Maybe there's I think he has like a Michael Jackson all re-drums, and you know what I mean,
All the
like little
icons.
things like that, or like a '70s re-drums, or like last year's Soca or something. You know what I mean? Like there's different packs you can get that kind of just do like put you where you need to be. Sometimes we're down for a gig or something, we gotta go, and they're like, we want Afro beats from 3 years ago, not new. We want it from 3 years ago. So you gotta go, and you know what I mean. So a mix is good for that. But like I said, like the beat junkies, yeah, my MP3 pool. There's tons of them, tons of them.
I do
Big
use
Buddy.
a beat.
Go ahead.
I do use Beat Source now. They've kind of changed the game a little bit where they can stream music now. Like a lot of the stuff that I get for the OGs now is streamed, and it's a different concept than what I've ever encountered with a lot of these record pools. But this one's actually dope. The only thing for me that's a drawback is they don't have a whole lot of intros, a lot of 8 bar intros, a lot of uh, remixes and stuff like that. But for having the original tracks from way back when to now, it's another really dope one.
You're
I
talking about downloading platforms?
Yeah, digital record pools.
Okay, I'm out of this case. I don't really know one of them really.
Oh,
Yeah, he works off of. He's in a completely different world.
Yeah.
Really, I thought we are talking about a battle mixer, DJ mixer, 8 mix or mix. Yeah, really, I was out of content. Okay, I see. I'm learning with you. Not only English.
Big Buddy Knox says the best record pool is no record pool. Dig for gems, you damn self. Agree? Disagree?
Here we go.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
agree.
It's a combination, I think.
Yeah.
You can find a lot of fire on SoundCloud. You can find a lot of stuff, Bandcamp. Just
Yeah.
and you just like
And
you
good stuff
said,
at the record store.
Aren't you
But that's
dependent on the internet, or how is it then? When you stream your music, as you said
Mhm.
Reverb.
Yeah, it's it's the
You
it
can
downloads
download it.
from
Yeah.
yeah, it downloads it from the website so that I can play it through Serato. To
Okay,
Serato.
temporarily.
Yeah.
Oh, they
They
have a
also have
beat
a
locker.
It's new technique. Okay, see.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
have
They
the
also like Heino said.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
new
they
thing
have
for
a
me.
beat locker situation where you can actually just download them as long as you subscribe, and you don't have to even
Yeah.
have an internet connection. So it's there for you. I mean, I've experimented with it a little bit. I'm still checking it out.
Have you
It's
ever a problem? There's an update and you want to make a jam, but your computer want to make an update.
oh
I've
yeah,
updated.
there's all
I've
kinds
had
of
it
bugs.
tons of times.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
happens with OBS. It happens with all the time. You think your stream is solid. It's like, oh, computer crash. It was solid for 6 months. Boom, one little update. Same thing with Serato.
You trust now your devices now.
It's the
Yeah,
consistency.
I
For now.
must ask. I must ask. I don't know.
Make your own
That's
little
why I asked.
recipe.
Yep.
Okay.
I feel like we take the risk. Like 9 out of 10 times it'll work all right.
Yeah.
Good enough. Good enough odds for me. Let's go. Shout out to everybody that's hanging out with us. You're here for the last stop of Strictly for the OGs. All hip hop, all day music festival that goes down each and every Thursday, kicks off at 12 p.m. PST. We're here with DJs Kobe, Celebrity Drew, High Note, Rev Up, and Ghettos Da. We've been hanging out here for a couple of hours now, so we're about to wrap it up. Carol, DJ, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning. I think you're from Germany, right? Shout out to you. Thank you for
Yo,
being
Carol
here.
from Germany's in the house.
And
Greetings.
Ghettos
Grüß
Da.
dich, Mann. Bitte,
I
please.
saw it earlier and I said that I was gonna say something and I completely forgot until you did it again. Thank you so
Everything's okay.
much
Thank
for
you
the
so much.
600 bits, Ghettos Da. Shout out
Thank
to
you
you.
so much for
I
this
appreciate
time.
you so much.
Kiss your heart.
Kiss your heart. Kissings of hearts is happening right now. Shout out to Fab Forte,
Virtual style.
Carol DJ, Funky
go.
Bottoms for hanging out with us, Big Buddy Nog. Who else is up in here?
Youngs.
C.
C.
Youngs is
Youngs ist
still
da,
in here.
Carol DJ ist da. Wen haben wir noch im Haus? Erstmal Grüße hier an unsere deutschen Freunde, Strictly for the OGs. Live Last Stop mit K-Lizzy. Yeah, only translating for my German friends here.
I officially think that my stream is the fanciest because now I have a German translator on it.
There you go.
Nice
Tell
to
me
see
who
ya,
else
Carol
has a
DJ.
translator on their stream.
Got that
Show me.
translator drip. Damn.
Shout out to everybody that's here. Thank you so much for being here, Big Buddy Knock. It was an awesome event. Before we go, I'd like to take a moment. If you haven't followed these DJs you see before you, please make sure you give them a follow and to help grow their platforms. This is what this platform is for everybody's community to get together and network with each other. Possibly before today, none of these DJs would have known each other, and now they do. And every time they cross the Twitch streets, they're just gonna at the very least say hi to each other, and our network has just grown. So if you haven't already followed these DJs before you, please do. If you haven't hit the follow button on me and you'd like to come back and make sure you hit the follow button so you get notifications every time I go live on The Last Stop. This happens every single Thursday. Usually it's at 9 p.m. PST, but we're at a special time today to catch all the East Coasters before they go to sleep. Though I can see these two East Coasters eyes are getting heavy over here. Poor Ghetto. It's like, what time is it over there right now?
Oh,
Like
he's
quarter
far
to
east.
7 a.m.
Yeah,
7
he's
a.m.
almost. We have a
So
hype
he's
train. We have
Hype
a
it's
train?
hype
breakfast
train.
time right now. Holy
We have a
shit!
hype
Hey.
train. Holy shit. Yeah, we have
Oh my god.
DJ High Note, C Youngs. We have
Celebrity
gifted
Jew, thank
sub.
you for the gifted sub to
Yeah, here we go.
Rada84. Rada Ryder. One time I've been on your stream and you said that you can't unhear Rada's name being Ryder.
no,
So now every time I say her name, I can't stop thinking of that either. C
that's
Youngs,
funny.
holy shit, with 1,050 bits.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Can we get
There
air
you
horns
go.
for C Youngs? I think RevUp's fading now too. DJ High Note with the 500 bits. Thank you so much.
Wet
Mr.
Noodle,
Go DJ with the
Germany.
200 bits. Thank you so much.
Time
Thank
is
you,
it in
everybody,
Detroit?
for being here. Nina G25 with the 50 bits.
Ooh.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Nina G25 like rocks with the Wet Noodle Gang like every time. Any one of the Wet Noodle Gang comes on, she's down. So shout out to you, Nina G25. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Kobe, we want to know when the next time you're streaming and what your stream is about so we can all go and watch and support you the next time you stream. Can't hear you, Mike.
Kobe.
Oh boy. What's he doing now? It was fine just now.
He can hear us.
You
That's the
see-
key. He'll be
you
all right.
see-
Can you hear me?
Here we go.
There we go. Yeah.
No, I got a wireless mic and the router died.
Oh, wow.
Fucking, my next
Oh.
stream is tomorrow night.
Doggy.
From my in real life gig. I think I'll probably go live maybe like 10:30 ish. I'm not sure exactly what time the stream will start, but it'll be tomorrow night.
Okay, well, everybody, make sure you follow DJ Kobe. His stream is sometime tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
it'll be like tomorrow night. Like it'll be like 11 p.m. because I'm like I'm at a club. Like so, it just depends on how the night goes.
11 p.m.
Eastern.
EST,
Eastern time,
8 p.m. PST. So make sure you hit the
CET.
follow button on DJ Kobe and watch out for the notification for he'll be going live tomorrow night. DJ High Note, is there anybody that you want to shout out, whether they're here on the stream lurking or anybody at all, and let us know when you're going to be streaming next?
Yeah, just shout out to everybody in the chat supporting. Just I'll be on tomorrow. Five Guys Fridays. We're having our show. Starts at 4. I'm on, and we got all that's my crew, all 5 of us, and we'll be doing that tomorrow. And then I'll be on Sunday, Boogie Down Sunday, playing all that funk, boogie, getting down, acting wild. But I want to take the time to thank you as well, having me down my first time, and all the DJs in here. It was fun. I appreciate this opportunity very much. It was a good chat.
That's dope.
And
It's-
once again, shout out to the chat as well again.
Yeah, shout out to the chat, and it's been a pleasure having you, DJ High Note. It's been long overdue, and I'm actually very genuinely happy that you're here on the
Nice
show.
doing.
You've pretty much joined the Strictly for the OGs family. Once you're on, you're family, and it's you're not family if you're not on it every week. So you're family. So
Pretty
thank
much.
you so much for being here. Rev up.
Thank
When
you.
are you on next?
I will be on tomorrow evening, 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific for Hippame. It's I'll have a whole anime scene back here. I'll put up the green screen, and I'll be doing open format hip hop. Doing that
Dope.
with the
Hippame.
DJ Prodigy, the Taskmaster
DJ Prodigy _the__
task
task _ master.
_. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Tazgirl for the 100 bit drop. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here and hanging out with us this whole time. Ghettos Da,
Yo.
when are you on next? And if you'd like to shout anybody out.
Yeah, first of all, I want to shout out to all your joiners, supporters, and lurkers also. My next stream is on Friday. Today is Friday in Germany. Tonight, or close to midnight, That will be 11:30 p.m. I call it now Freiset Day because it's from Friday to Saturday, only 1 hour left. Yeah, tonight in Germany, Central European Time, 11:30 p.m.
Nice.
11:30 p.m. That makes
Yeah.
it 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 a.m. Right?
Um, no. It's
Oh
Wait,
no,
what time are
it's
you saying?
4 I went
4
forward.
p.m. 4
See, I
p.m.
can't be responsible for any kind of mathing.
Pacific time, like 4 p.m. Afternoon, like afternoon, I'd
I'll
say.
be sending y'all to his
Wait,
stream at 11 o'clock
Then
tomorrow morning.
then we calculate 9 hours on it. So we
Right.
reach the midnight in Germany, 9 hours the Pacific time, close to midnight. We're gonna celebrate the Friday to Saturday. We're gonna crash the weekend, you know. That's the case.
Okay, I shall be no longer responsible for any kind of math on
Yeah,
this
Carol DJ
stream.
is laughing for my Denglish, for my Deutsch English, for my Dranglish. Yeah,
Shout out
man.
Carol DJ for being here, hanging out with
Yeah,
us.
man. Danke, dass du einschaltest. Thanks for joining me.
Fab Forte, Funky Bottoms, thank you so much. Celebrity Drew, tell us when you'll be on next. Actually, what I'm interested in is when your next remix challenge is, and then you can tell us when you're on next.
Um, the next remix challenge, I don't have a date yet. But I'm actively kind of introducing some new shows to my page right now, and that's kind of where my focus is. But there will be another remix challenge. Just kind of trying to figure out what's next before we continue on with that one. But that'll definitely be coming probably, I would say by March, or April. But I would definitely like to get these other shows off and running before that. So um, yeah, so that's that for Remix Challenge. For me, I'll be on in 8 hours. No matter where you are in the world, that's 8 hours from now. Where I am, that's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think for most people in here, that's 6 p.m. 6 a.m.
We will
Yeah,
catch you. We'll
PST.
catch
yeah.
you.
I don't know, but it's 8 hours definitely from now. And I just want to shout out to everyone in here. I want to take the moment, though, to shout out to Kay Leezy. I think her growth on this platform and what she's been able to do and what she continues to do is incredible. And I know when she first started, what her goals were, and I think that she's accomplishing them. I think today's an example of that, and I've been following with everything that you guys have been doing over here, and everyone that's been involved from day one, and to be able to be here tonight and to see that it's the entire idea that she's had the whole time that she's been telling me that it's been able to execute tonight is a beautiful thing. So big up to Kay Leezy, and all the hard work she puts in, and big up to everybody that is part of this and that continues to grow with her on this platform. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
You guys are
Thank
doing
you,
great.
Drew, to being part with you also.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Big honor
definitely.
for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Digums back, thank you for the check in. We're about to wrap it up here, but I just wanted to say hello. Thank you so much for being here. He was also a part of Strictly for the OGs before, also. So that's Strictly for the OGs fam right there. Rada, thank you so much for rocking with us this whole time. Crystal Tokyo, thank you so much for being here. C. Youngs, the undisputed Bit King.
Facts.
And Sub King.
Big facts.
Riding with the Wet Noodle Gang.
Yep.
Ever since one time you rated, Celebrity Drew rated into Rev Up one time. C. Youngs came with that raid and he stayed
Hey man, that's what
this
it's all about.
entire
The
time.
vibes, the vibes. I appreciate everybody in here, man. It's a
When
beautiful thing.
is
Like I said, we're all growing together. Got to continue to grow.
That's
when
right.
is your
Yeah.
next stream, Kelly?
I stream 2 hours a week every Thursday thus far, though we will be premiering Strictly for the Soul in a few
Yo.
weeks. That
Wow.
is all soul, no sad breakup R&B music.
Mm, nice.
So
Well,
anything that is good for the soul will be on Strictly for the Soul. So that's the criteria.
No
Wow.
Adele, no Adele, or what?
No fucking Adele.
No fucking Adele. Huh?
No fucking Mariah
We
Carey.
need
Sorry,
no
this is my
emotion.
show, my rules now.
Okay.
This is the
Read the
beauty of
Find a
it.
way of
read
speaking
the
to Mariah
document.
Carey.
On the
Please read
doc,
the
there
doc.
will be no Mariah Carey and no Adele.
We play Mariah Carey
The
with
rules.
ODB.
Oh,
I know that.
oh.
Oh man, she's acceptable if she's on a track with somebody else. I'll let that one slide. But her alone,
Strictly
I
for
don't know about that.
strictly for the
We
soul
make a remix
Strictly for
then.
the
Strictly for the
soul.
soul.
with that.
So with that will also come the last stop of Strictly for the Soul. So I will be summoned to stream more than once a week so far. But you can also catch me on Rev Up Stream every Tuesday for Toonie Tuesday at 7 p.m. PST. I'm on his channel actually, so that's where you can find me if you're looking for me throughout the week. If you miss me up until Friday, I'll be there. Shout out to Crystal Tokyo, who is also tuning in from Toronto right now. C. Youngs is tuning in from Toronto. I heard y'all got snowed in. So
I think the media pushed it a little bit harder. It wasn't as bad. We had some bad areas, but it wasn't that bad.
But buses are not supposed to be driving that way.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go that way.
Right.
As long as you don't go that way, you'll be all right.
So Rev Up, if you haven't followed Rev Up, Ghettos Da, High Note, DJ Kobe, Celebrity Drew, make sure you do so right now. Make sure you find their name in the username chat. Just click on their names, and then it'll take
Thank
you
y'all
to
for
their
those
page,
follows.
and it'll take like a second for you to follow them.
Can I
And
get? I don't want to interrupt you, K Lizzy, but can I get one more follower? I'm at 1666, and I just don't want to be there.
oh, I feel that. I was at.
Yeah.
I remember when River was at 666. I was like, can someone just like, even if it's a pity follow, just do it, please. Hey, there we go.
There
I
you
think
go.
isn't that
I
it?
appreciate you.
Rada
Pretty-
saves the
pretty follow.
day.
There you go.
Rod the rider.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. As I said, this was a very, very special show for me where I can have my West Coast family and my East Coast family come together, my real life family and my Twitch family come together. And that's like, it sounds so normal and so natural, but in the world of Twitch and the pandemic that we've had, it's been really, really tough to keep in touch with everybody. So Twitch has been able to give me a platform to keep in touch with everybody that I care about and everything that I care about, because it's given me a platform to be here, to work on, to improve every day. And without the chat being here, without y'all DJs being here to support me, I really have nothing. So thank you so much for being here with me. Just a little bit of a fun fact. There's two people here that if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be streaming at all. So thank you to DJ High Note for pushing me to stream. And dang, Celebrity Drew and I have had conversation and he's like, why aren't you streaming?
Yep.
Why don't you just do it?
Our conversations are they're very they're interesting. But yeah, no, like I said, I'm proud of everything you've been able to do, and like I said, you've got a lot more to do, and we're excited to see it. So keep going.
Thank you so much. So with that said, we are going to head on out. Wait, am I frozen? Hold on. We're about to head on out here, everybody. Where are we going?
Nowhere.
Let's see. So I have a new rule on the last stop where every time we raid out, we're going to raid out to somebody that is not within our community. So it would be somebody new. That way we can show love to a new community, a new network that we can possibly grow with. So let's see. If anyone has any suggestions, I'm willing to take suggestions. If not, we are going to go to
What vibes we looking for? We looking for some hip hop or some late night vibes?
I'm down with either.
I got Omanias on. Who else is on? A lot of DJs on, I think.
DJ Swirls is on. He's doing late night R&B.
Omanaya is on. Chayla Soul is on.
DJ Reg is on doing R&B.
DJ Red. I usually do this in the background. So as I'm streaming, I'm still trying to find a balance between being able to do this. How do you DJs do it? Because in the background for the Wet Noodle Gang, I usually like, this is where we're going, guys. And I'm the moderator, so I take care of that. US streamers, before we go, because I need to know this for myself, how do you guys find who to raid?
I'm looking for lower viewers. That's the best thing we can make on Twitch, I think.
Yeah.
Or
Same here. Absolutely.
Well, I'm in this collective called the Generals, so usually one of them is online. So I try to go to one of them, or I just come to Wet Noodle Gang.
Hey, Wet Noodle Gang. Shout out to the Wet Noodle Gang. DJ Riva, Ghettos Da. It's Fab Forte, DJ Lex, and of course myself. We are gonna head to, we're gonna go to somewhere where
we
we've
have
never
Santos,
been before.
Mr. Wilson, or we have DJ Bill BH from Brazil. We have Don Champ from Canada. We have DJ Melody, DJ Shortcut, but now big DJs.
Yeah, definitely big DJs.
It's
Oh.
K Lizzy. Ah, okay, we are here.
We're gonna head to I've never rated him before, so we're gonna go to DJ Touch. He is a turntablist to say the least, hip hop, an open format. So make sure when you get there, show some love. I'm modding my own stream, you see. The Mad Mod is modding her own stream. So if somebody can just do the last stop or the raid thing and put my name in there, and then off we go, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We are back again next week for Strictly for the OGs, next Thursday, 12 p.m. PST. Don't miss it. The lineup will be announced later on this week. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, catch it right there before we go. That's where I'm going to be posting up the lineup first and foremost. So make sure y'all join the Discord. Thank you so much for being here, guys. And we out. Peace.
Peace to the streets.
Thank you.
Wow. Great. We out.